You get your 2022 mix.
Yeah. I have listened to 61 different genres this year.
One of them being Christmas.
I didn't even realise there was that many.
61 different genres. What the fuck have you been listening to?
Get that on there.
My top 5 are dance pop, number 1. Number 2 is rock. 3 is pop rap.
How do you find out what things you've been listening to?
Just go on your Spotify and it will pop up and saying. Number 4 is pop punk, and number 5 is EDM.
Electronic dance music.
I've got your top songs of 2022, but yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, it's on my PC. Do I have to do it on my phone? Would it pop up on my phone, I wonder?
On your phone.
You saved that setup, Smith. I'm just going to need to leave, though, in a minute.
I'm done,
done it. Sweet. Good lad.
Ballistic.
Oh, mate, you'll win the race tonight. By the way...
Fucking rapid. Overtaker's pad setting, boys. I'm still 10 seconds behind.
I was looking last night. You said you only ever had one podium. You've actually had 2.
Right. That's made my fucking night.
Because it's one of the new statistics for next season, Smith. I'm going to work out everybody's podiums. I started to look last night. You've had 2, mate.
Oh, I could have had 3. I was robbed
In 2022, total play time of 28,858 minutes. That's more than 84% of other listeners in the United Kingdom. Wow, I'm sad.
Right, let's have a look. 2022
Thanks for your
Wrapped.
setup, Joe, but it's not for me.
Enough about 2022, let's talk about you.
Your top song for this year was Without Me by Halsey. You played it 27 times and listeners of September 15th, 2022.
I explored 34 genres this year. Dance pop, operatic pop, post-screamo, Eurodance and alternative metal was my top 5.
My top songs are Without Me by Halsey, Adam Lambert, Never Close Your Eyes.
Yes, what a geezer. Ozzy's got in.
5 Seconds of Summer with Me, Myself and I. Ed Sheeran, Shivers and TikTok by Clean Bandit. They've made a playlist of my top 22 songs.
19,722 hours, more than 75% of all the listeners in the United Kingdom.
You've listened to 1,846 artists this year, but one ruled them all.
Your top song was Loser by Suiko. You played 1,510 songs, but these played again and again and again. Loser, Bad Habits, Surface Pressure, Set Fire to the Rain, and I'll Make a Man of You.
Your top artist, The Weeknd, Paramore, Conor Maynard. Who?
Conor Maynard.
Dora Smith and Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber, oh my god.
What a homosexual.
I was singing the same thing, Kelly.
I spent 1,326 minutes listening to Peyton Parrish.
Time to meet your listening personality.
Yeah, the Viking geezer, yeah.
The musician
I enjoy his stuff, to be fair. I like his spin on certain songs.
He sung Wrong Side of Heaven by 5 Finger Death Punch, didn't he?
Yeah, he did a few Disney ones as well.
Don't mind 5 Finger Death Punch, to be fair. That's just easy listening.
That's what Beth gets most night out.
What?
Hey, what's wrong with Bieber?
Nothing wrong with Bieber, Dan, or Conor Maynard.
Or Ant. His mate Ant.
It's alright if you listen to them when you wear your mum's dresses.
Yes. It's all about
I'm wearing my dad's dresses.
It's all about that SimPlay tour to Eurovision next year.
How many laps, Matt, is it again?
15. Fuck Donny next year. I reckon we all ought to go Eurovision.
Shut up, Matt. You chat fucking shit.
Kelly, you up for that?
Nope.
Why?
Eurovision sucks ass.
Whoa. It's nearly as good as Christmas, Eurovision.
Shut the fuck up, man.
We shouldn't be in Eurovision. We're not part of Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
Good point. Out means out.
Shouldn't be in the fucking World Cup either, you wank. April and August.
Oh boy. Which one's everyone doing?
Matt,
I
did you
might
do-
not be doing the April one if I get work with Ferrari Challenge. I might not be doing the April one because I'll be at Misano.
I'm doing the one that Bozzy's not at.
Fear of punching him in the face.
Both, hopefully.
Yeah.
What are you on about? You and him are busy mates recently.
No, I'll
I
still
thought you
fucking
were
get
sharing
him.
a tent with him.
No, I'm still fucking. Yeah, I'm gonna share a tent with him. I'm gonna fuck him into next week and then kill him.
Fucking hell. Caddy's allowing him in the camper van. Jeez.
Midnight, 1, 2, 3. Yes, Matt.
You 11 midnight to 1 2. Yeah.
11.
11 for Q1. Midnight for race 1. 1 a.m. for Q2. 2 a.m. for race 2.
I don't remember agreeing this.
I mean, I do. Because we never raced at 3 a.m. That's why our early morning races start at 4.
I was a lot quicker when the sun was shining in my practice sessions.
Bollocks.
I was about 2 seconds quicker.
Kelly, drop the pad.
I keep spinning off. This is fucking dog shit. I need to piss before we start.
Yo, fucking dog shit.
Tibbs is in the chat. Who are you? Tibbs is loving it.
What? Loving what?
Just being in the chat and everything. He's just life.
Just
Joe.
Yeah.
Fucking queer bastard.
Oi, Matthew, shut the fuck up.
Can't believe you're so gay with Liam.
Yes, Joe. Yeah, Matt. Shut the fuck up, you faggot. Yeah, suck that dick.
What's pit window?
End of lap 4.
Oh yeah, just
It's been posted. If you had Discord, you'd have got a notification for it.
I can't afford Discord.
It's fucking
You're like a
free.
fucking turkey.
Yeah, but it's another app you got to have on your phone.
Yes.
Have it on your computer then.
I don't have a fucking computer.
What?
I own a PlayStation 4 and an iPhone, and that's it. I don't own an iPad or nothing. Me and computers don't go.
Matt's all about that Liam dick. He's like a fucking chicken. Gobble, 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 gobble.
That's a turkey, your penis.
That's what I
Oh,
meant.
Rabbit's disconnected. Yip, yip, rabbit, yip, yip.
And here go the invites.
So we're doing the normal lobby, aren't we, Matt? Not the championship lobby.
See the morning,
do
buddy.
championship.
Love you. Yes, boy. He didn't say anything. No. I said it as he skipped away.
No, we're
Do
doing
whichever
normal.
one Rabbit can't get in.
Here he is, Dean's buddy.
Oh, here he is, the shittest driver on the grid.
Monkey's decent.
No, he's not. He can't beat Dean.
Just look at the league tables.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah,
tell him.
you're in
Monkey.
Pro-Am.
Yeah, I know. I'm still beating Dean, though.
Monkey,
With
do you know when you kick his ass on ACC next year? Dan's I'm on about.
I'm not racing ACC, you knob.
You said last night you was considering it.
I was considering it, but let's be honest. You want to race it, I want to race it, someone will have to
Don't
commentate
you
it. So more
worry,
likely
we
it
can
will be
sort
me.
this out. We can sort it out.
No,
I don't
wanna
know if
race
I don't know if
ACC.
I'm racing next year anyway. Cause I'm back in my leg. So
Someone passed me the world's smallest violin.
I know it's terrible.
Love you really, Matt.
Love you too, Dan.
Right,
Good evening, Andy.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Long time no see.
I know. Been a bit of a whirlwind.
Fuck me lid.
You just call him
Back on the
knobhead?
grid together, mate.
No,
we
I
need
took
to
my
be 1-2 tonight.
Yeah, I know. Definitely.
Hey. What
I'll
about
do it the
Peaceful
first race, you
Explosion
do it the
earlier?
second, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
What about Peaceful Explosion
yeah,
earlier,
Andy.
Monkey Boy scoring the winning goal to get us promoted. Oi, oi.
Have you told him?
I told him, yeah, he fucking blanked my message and went, I've just sent Kieran this paragraph to do with my appeal. Fuming. You've just got us promoted. Fuck your appeal. Oh dear.
But that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for Mike to appeal something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, arguably the 24 hours was over at what time did Kieran post him yesterday? 5 o'clock. Then Mike appealed mid-afternoon this afternoon. So, yeah.
So what's he appealing?
D Biggs rear-ended him up the chuff.
But Biggs got away with it.
Yeah, got no further action.
I wasn't paying attention. I didn't even bother reading them. I was like, is my name involved in any of these? Nope.
Argent said that Smithy he was saying that Biggs did everything right there. Blamed it all on Clive. Terrible. Hey, Smith.
What?
Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean? Doesn't even care.
I've just been for a week. Fleetwood Mac singer died. Oh.
I didn't hear the trickling, so I don't believe him.
Mate, there's no way I'm taking my controller all the way up the stairs, standing there taking a piss. Some of us have to sit down with proper ladies.
What? You never have a sit-down wee?
Yeah, that's all I do.
Oh, okay, that's good. Got to treat yourself with a sit-down wee.
Oh, you have to have a sit-down week, because otherwise the missus will complain you're trickling on the seat.
Well, no, I've got a fluffy seat cover, so it's nice to sit on.
One of
You've
the
got a
best videos
fluffy
I've ever
seat
seen.
cover. That's probably one of the gayest things I've ever heard.
The most gayest and probably the filthiest thing I've ever heard.
Well, yeah, stage using bog roll.
I took Dan for it.
Save using bog roll.
I took Dan for a shit with me last night, and Tony. It was nice.
Every time Matt seems to FaceTime me, I'm in the middle of a shit.
Yeah, that's weird as fuck, that is. Like, honest to God.
I wish I was lying, but genuinely, every time I'm having a shit, Matt fucking calls me and it's a fucking...
Every time I need to speak with Dan and it's a video call and I speak to him and I ring him and he answers, I know where he is because the phone's down low, you're looking at the ceiling and his chin, and you can just see him sort of... You pooing, Dan? Yeah, made a shit. Oh, nice.
Well, you're the one who decided to call me at this time of the night.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not telepathic and didn't fucking realise you were shitting. Hey, look, at least I didn't walk in on you like your mate did at work.
No, I walked in. Yeah.
You walked. Yeah.
That was still funny as fuck.
Oh, by the way.
But I had even funnier one today.
Oh, hang on. Can I just tell you something first? This involves Bozzy. Right, he was streaming F1 last night, right? Mm-hmm. And then I went on at half time of the Wales game to see how his stream was going. He'd stopped streaming after an hour. Like, fuck yeah, he's meant to be a pro streamer, this boy. Text him why you're not streaming. No reply. Rings me later on. I said, so what happened to your stream then? He says, well, I was playing with myself earlier, and I went to having a wank. He went, yeah. Right. And he says, I felt something pop in my shoulder. So it was hurting too much when I was racing F1. And I went, so you're telling me you ended your stream because you felt something pop in your shoulder from you having a wank?
Oh, he hasn't done anything yet, the elf, has he?
Who's not here tonight? Is anyone missing tonight?
Not that I'm aware. You've got the elf hat already?
So you might do something.
You've got the elf hat already?
Yeah,
no, Sutty's got it out now. Don't know, because he's put the tree up today.
No, his brother's in the tree, isn't he?
Yeah, there was a new funny one
You've got
today.
two elves? Go on.
Oh, yeah, we've
got this girl who's currently a temp at the minute, and she's been working with us now for like 3 weeks.
Do something tomorrow. What do you think you might do?
And we had no idea. We never even thought to even ask her, right? But she came out today telling us that she was
Hang on a
religious.
second. Can I just stop you there a second?
What?
That's Smoky Devil.
Yeah.
What?
Leon Fernie's just joined, and I'm not taking the piss. That's Smoky Devil.
How do you know that?
Because you can link your PlayStation with your Discord, can't you?
Yeah.
Right. Leon Fernie on his Discord is currently playing Football Manager. Every time Leon Fernie's been racing Project Cars 2, it said Project Cars 2. Brins is Project Cars 2. Alfie's playing FIFA. Max is playing Project Cars 2. Keegs is on something else. Smokey playing Project Cars 2. Leon Fernie playing Football Manager 23.
Well, that answers your question to some of the races this year, then.
Then take a screenshot of that. Take a screenshot of Leon Fernie on Football Manager, and then send it to him saying, "What's this about?"
Can I get Smokey's in there? I can, yeah. So, picture.
So he has been lying this whole time.
I've only just noticed that on Discord.
Just someone he's gonna have a fucking hard on about it.
Someone go in Discord and just double check that it's not just mine saying Football Manager. And he has changed his game. Is Smokey online?
Don't say nothing, though. Let him race and see how good he is.
Dash Chef playing Football Manager 2023.
See, Smokey Devil is online playing Project Cars, but Leon Fernie has joined.
Smokey Devil playing Project Cars 2.
Yeah, on the PlayStation it says Smokey's playing Project Cars.
What is he? I haven't got Leon as a friend.
No, he's not appearing online.
Has Leon joined the session?
Yeah, that's why I've just noticed it. Leon joined the session, but I just messaged him because he's playing Project Football Manager.
Oh shit, I should probably join the lobby. Hang on.
Yeah, you've got time. You've got 4 minutes anyway.
Ah!
Well, I'm going to use that, and then if he is rapid tonight...
Might have to turn around to, well, I shouldn't be out. Sorry, mate, we were wrong.
You're Beth. Yeah, I'm not going to post it till after tonight. He's got plenty of time to change. Oh, no, I'm saying. He's got a little practice session and stuff to change, but... Just keep your eyes on that, Beth, on the Discord.
What's the dude's name?
The Chef.
Is it the chef? I thought it was, but I wasn't quite sure.
14, who are we missing at the minute? Stealth Sloth. Kelly. Nope, Kelly's in. Stealth Sloth, obviously down 17 because I didn't invite Liam. So Stealth Sloth, 15 out of 17. Dan, 16 out of 17. So one more driver. Ha.
Sorry, I'm just making a lobby for the other fucking...
Our best mate, DJ Philip.
DJ Phil!
DJ Phil Green! I'll save that.
Well, there we go. There's bullshit from that cunt and all.
Who?
Might not do well tonight. I don't feel well.
Is that Dino?
Yeah.
You don't feel well.
I thought he was rapid.
I'm going to the other party. Good luck, boys.
Be quiet.
Right. Scroll that down.
Shut that door for me, not
I have to keep our eyes on that.
On what?
On that Leon Fernie thing.
Alright, yeah.
So I don't get why it's saying he's playing Football Manager.
Football Manager.
Right, I'm going in the other party. Kelly.
Okay.
Is he not there? See you on the podium.
See you on the podium, my friend, right at the top.
Yeah, hopefully, because Porsche needed its 50th win.
Yeah.
Good luck,
I could join an Orthodubs' game. No, thank you. Facebook. Can't know. Message on Discord. Where's PN? Yeah, it tells you if you listen to Spotify and everything, yeah. See, the thing is I know I haven't got mine connected up to thingy, because I bet mine don't say playing Project Cars, does it? No. Dan doesn't, Mike's doesn't, Argix doesn't. I've not got mine connected up, so he might not have his connected up. Huh? He might not have his connected up with his PlayStation. Who are we waiting on now? Stealth and DJ.
What would it...
Football Manager's PC. So it'd recognise the PC game, so it does when I play Football Manager.
Oh, okay. It's strange how Smoky Devil's on.
His PlayStation profile's online on Project Cars though.
Who's this?
Smoky's.
What about the other one?
Leon's is appearing offline. And we go live now.
Yeah, I think the problem with that though, if I was saying, oh, he's clearly on that or doing that,
yeah.
Leon can be playing a game on the PC.
That's the thing is, Beth just said there's nothing on my name, and I've just thought you've got to have it connected to your PS4. So we might be looking too much into that. Yeah. If you've not connected it with your play, yours doesn't say anything. Mike's doesn't say anything. Fury's doesn't, you know. But yeah, Fury's
still,
online Call of Duty. So if you've not connected it, I don't know if you can question it, because can you have two PlayStations you can't logged in? Because Smokey's online on the PlayStation, on my friends list on Project Cars 2. So if he was racing, he'd have to surely be logged out of his account and logged into Leon's.
Two PlayStations.
Two PlayStations, yeah. We'll see. Right.
Could have a PS4 and a PS5.
Yeah, true. Right, let's get ready to go. Who the fuck is Senna? Max going to be champion? Well, not necessarily tonight, mate.
Right, let's hear this bullshit thing that you got to say.
It's not straight away, mate. You're going to have to wait for the moment.
Oh, God.
Dan, you'll love it.
No, I won't.
You will.
No, I won't. I'll tell you what, James is so fucking hyped for F1 now.
Is he still buzzing?
Oh, mate, he won't shut up about it. He's like, I'm going to get my Logitech on Friday.
Oh,
shut
mate.
Up, fam. I was like, I do have to apologise. Matt was a bit out of order, constantly moaning every time you spoke.
Just change driver and then we'll be live. Good evening and welcome to SimPlay Motorsport, here for rounds 19 and 20 of this current season. I'm your host, Matthew Duffin, and joined in the commentary box once again is my partner in crime, Dan Unorthodox. I've said many things this season, but tonight, Dan, just a partner in crime. 30th of November, night race, Silverstone, back on the British soil. What are we expecting tonight?
Back where British Motorsport is born and bred, and obviously where the first Grand Prix was ever hosted back in 1950. And what an iconic circuit we come to. Personally, I hate every single British circuit that is here, bar Thruxton and Knockhill. But other than that, we are here at Silverstone, and then we take a short trip over to Brands Hatch. But tonight could be an interesting one, Matthew. Cold conditions, and at night as well here at Silverstone. This could be a very interesting night's worth of racing. And I see we're currently on board with Exit Tips. I reckon that this Porsche 911 is the car to watch here this evening, because after the last time we came here at Silverstone, me and Gary put on an amazing show with this car.
Indeed you did, and it was, I think, me and Kelly in the box. Sweet and Sticky was in your box that night, and what a pleasure it was to commentate on. It was pretty much like me and Gary last week at Le Mans. You glued to his back bumper pretty much until that. Did you manage to get past in the end? I think you did, didn't you?
When?
At Silverstone.
Not race one, but no, I don't think I got past in race one. Race two, I did though.
Ah, well, there we go. Either way, Silverstone night race though, Dan. Back-to-back night races. We have not had our night race this season. We've had our evening race and our early morning race. are being in England at the very end of November, December for us guys tomorrow in the Pro, temperatures are really, really low. They're going to be colder next week, further into December at Brands Hatch. And you never know, we're at December. We saw earlier in the season at Spa where Dan took his championship win in the McLaren. We had snow. Are we going to expect any snow at Brands Hatch next week? That could be a big, big question and a big talking point as a night race there. Temperatures are going to be low that night as well. But the home of British motorsport then, Silverstone. What an iconic track. What an iconic part of the circuit we're at here. Vale Inter Club, where, remember this year in the Formula One, is that there's Lewis Hamilton or something Crofty mentioned as he breezed past Carlos Sainz
I think it was,
Sergio Perez. Was it Charles Leclerc? Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, the hard tyre, Charles Leclerc was defending for his life. Sergio goes and sends it into club, and through goes Hamilton as he goes through the final part of the section.
Are we going to get any moments of that this season, Dan? Are we going to get the big one for you? Are we going to get Porsche's 50th win?
I really hope so. I've just been given a debrief to the Audio Sport and the 2 old pros that if they do not get this win tonight in the Porsche 911, I will take the Porsche away from them and officially give them a... No, for a fact, Monkey Boy will love that one for sure.
Indeed, he will then. Good evening to PN Motorsport. Tibbs, Senna, Herweischer, I'm going to say. Apologies if I've butchered that. Max Mulder, Welshie, Rabbit Joe, Dean Wasaki, Beth Duffin in the chat. And PN Motorsport, who says Dan isn't British. Confirm then. Needs to be fed lots of Ginsters now. I can actually confirm, PM, by a friend of Dan's who was on the other night. You was with us. James, his name is, who's from Wales, did confirm that Ginsters or a proper Cornish pasty.
They're not.
He lives in Cornwall. It was confirmed. So either way,
but he's Welsh.
That's yeah, good point. Yeah,
you've heard him. You heard him speak. He is full blown Welsh.
Yeah.
So he knows nothing. And James, if you are watching, I love you still. But I'm a proper Cornishman. I know exactly what I'm talking about. And Gingsters is not a proper Cornish pasty. End of it. And they carry on the conversation tomorrow night.
Yeah, they can carry on the conversation tomorrow night. As Jamie didn't get told that Ginsters wasn't a proper Cornish pasty on the podium last Thursday, as Kelly wasn't there, but he's back tonight, back out on the track. In terms of other things, and we'll get into them in just a short moment as we are about to go into our beautiful alt lap. I forgot to run the highlights a little earlier on, so I do apologise about that. But let's go in to our beautiful track guide, done by none other than Mr. Unorthodox himself.
As we are here at the home of British Motorsport at Silverstone for the next round of the championship, as we will take a lap guide here in the SimPlay Core, showing you what to look out for the race here this evening. As we head towards Abbey Turn 1, the SimPlay Core want to try and take as much speed in through here into Farm Curve as well, and towards the village, trying to get this first sector absolutely nailed.
Are you impressed, Matt? That match
will be the starting point of this race, and
fucking beautiful, Dan.
circuit. Used to start.
I've done my training.
It's going to be sad to see the SimPlay Core put to bed at the end of the season.
Into village,
it will be. I'll be glad not to be in it.
That is your first sector, and then, like I said,
trying to do overtakes in it around here is hard.
Where it's going to be won or lost. Fast right-hander to start the race with. So it's going to be interesting to see what cars can stay with.
Apparently there's an echo on your side, buddy, when you talk.
Will be watched as track limits is very likely.
It's not going to be me, mate. It's going to be you.
Yeah, Beth just said when you talk.
Yeah, it's your mic picking it up.
What moves you can get done into village.
Right.
Look in the party chat.
Some cars getting tripped over
Yes,
one another.
when I
running outside and they get the inside for the next
your headset's
part of
picking
the
it up.
circuit.
Right, hang on. Just talk a second.
Hello. Wagwan, blood. Yeah, I can't hear it now. Or I can just ever so slightly hear it. But yeah, your headset is picking up my voice.
Let me just turn the volume of my headset down a little bit and see if that helps. Okay, go now again.
Hello. Can you hear me loud and clear? I can't hear it now.
Yeah.
I can't hear the echo.
Okay, so my headset may have been too loud for that.
and I think it's one of the circuits, one of the corners that Lewis Hamilton seems to be very good at is Brooklands and Luffield. Into Brooklands, you can make a late dive down the inside. You can see here the Acura diving down the inside and gets the job done on the Audi. But also you can get a job done into Luffield as well as you then head towards Woodcote. And then towards the most famous corner here, I would say, is Cox. And the Audi and the Acura here showing that you can overtake at Cox.
Have a coffee.
The Audi down the inside,
Have a coffee.
nothing it can do, just runs wide.
Yeah,
and the Audi
you like that, man?
very, very fast right-hander.
He did. It was very nice.
Watch heavily there.
They can
Then we go
pass.
down into the famous Maggots, Beckett, and then down towards Chapel. You will not really be able to overtake a car here, but it's all about setting yourself up ready down the hanger straight. You see there, the Acura very well balanced through Maggots and Beckett. You want to get close to the first curve, run the second curve as much as you dare into the third part of the section, which is Beckett's. Then try and lead yourself a great run towards Chapel curve to give yourself the best run down the hanger straight. Here's an example here of the Acura just stuck behind the Mercedes, hasn't quite got enough of a gap to make a place through Maggots and Beckett's, but it makes sure that it gets a great run out of Chapel.
You never do a Mercedes in the
Make sure it
Acura.
gives us the best opportunity to attack towards the end of hanger straight, which will then lead into Stowe. You can see here the Acura right up the rear.
Oh, here he goes.
Mercedes down the inside.
Yes, boy! Up the inside at Stowe. Go on, the Acura. Fuck the Mercedes, it's wank.
And as we go back down through Maggots Beckett, you can see the Mercedes just struggles with grip downforce through this section when the Acura is much more planted. And you see it opens up the opportunity here with a better exit through Beckett's and then towards
slow.
the hanger straight towards Stowe, right underneath the rear wing. Mercedes obviously got the advantage of a much faster car in a straight line, so it just tucked in the slipstream and can go down the inside in towards Stowe with much better grip and much better braking performance.
Yeah,
then leads you into
that was nice.
Vale.
Oh wait, I do the Renault as well.
Yeah, another view from Stowe on its own, making sure you try and take as much curve as you can, and again, track limits will be watched on exit towards Vale and then into Club. It's your final half of the track, and Club is really probably the last opportunity to overtake here.
Monkey Boy Purple
Get a
Sector
good run
1.
through Stowe and Vale,
Just
go
like
down
say,
the inside of Club, and then towards the start-finish line you come. And like I said, into Club here, Renault decided to go sticking to his
Oh, what a send it on the Renault that is, boy.
Job done, but the Renault with much better grip gets the better half of the chicane and stays in front of the Acura and gets the run out to Club. Also, one thing to look out for is the pit entry. It's very, very fast entry.
Yeah, your dad in practice earlier kept every time he did the pit entry, he was in it at about 80 miles per hour, or kilometres, should I say. I don't know if he was on it, but
into the pit lane, pit limiter on just before those red cones as the Acura gets that done. Also towards exit as well, making sure you release the pit release button on the green.
Monkey Boy's lost 1.3 to Max's middle sector.
Right, as it's difficult to get the exit. One of the best circuits here in the world, and we are racing
going back live.
Probably with some of the best sim racers on project cars, and these are your lap records. Qualifying for the qualifying record in Pro was Andy, and the Pro record for the race record is owned by Arnold Verdubs and Fury Hodes, both for the Pro Ams. Poles, most have gone to Andy and Slutty Apex, both with two, but multiple drivers taking it. That was a rundown of Silverstone for rounds 19 and 20 of season 7. Best luck to all the drivers, not just in Pro, but in Pro Am as well. And we will go back to the guys in
Cheers, Dan. Thank you very much for that one then. And as you can see here, the graphic on your screen now comes up with the facts of Silverstone. 5.89 kilometres, 3.66 miles. It's an elevation change of 26.6 metres. That's 87 feet. For those of you who like it the other way around, it opened in 1948. It's an FIA Grade 1 circuit. We know that. The F1 come here. It's got 18 turns. It's a clockwise track. And as Dan said, Fury, the qualifying and race records at the moment that we are looking at. Most pole positions is Andy and Sutty with 2 poles to their name and multiple drivers with 1 win. And an interesting fact, Dan, round here that I looked at the other day, in terms of the most success, we've only been here twice, but in them 8 races we've done here, in Pro and in Pro-Am, so 16 altogether, nobody has taken 2 wins. Peaceful, yourself, D-Biggs, BT Targa, Welshie, Big Boy Brazier, Sutty Apex and Fury, all with 1 win apiece. I find that quite interesting.
Yeah, the thing that I find most interesting is Gary hasn't got a win round here. Obviously, like we were saying in the break before we went live, Gary's ridiculously good at British circuits. No matter where we go, whatever British circuit is, he is the man that's usually on top. And still no win for Gary. That shocks me. But to be honest, all eyes are going to be set on this man here this evening. He can mathematically win the title tonight, but he's going to have everything fall in his way. But Max has had a very, very good season, and I think this Audi has really helped him out in the pro category.
I think he's grew into the championship as well, Dan, because at the first part of the season, you remember race twos especially, Dean Wysocki took a couple of wins off him, and he didn't have it all his own way, and then he really sort of grew into the season and the championship and the Audi, and it just seemed to gel, didn't it? And Max then started to take double wins and multiple podiums on race weekends, and it's really clicked for him this season. It really has. He can mathematically win the championship tonight, but needs Argent to have a bit of a shocker as well. We will keep you up to date with all the current point standings as they are. Race 1 marks Leon Fernie's 50th race. Porsche need 1 win for a 50th race win. And Ginetta need 2 pole positions for their 25th. And with the fact that Project Cars is possibly coming to an end, and we are looking at, as Leon Fernie has a big wiggle there, we are looking obviously possibly ACC and F1. There is no Ginetta in that GT3 category, so if it doesn't get 2 poles this season, it may never get that 25th pole position in the future, which will be a shame for it. Obviously, unless we run a GT category on something else and maybe get that a chance to have it done then. So, Dan, we go into tonight, cold, dark, bit overcast, nothing too bad, bit of light cloud around, so pretty clear for the drivers in this one. What are we expecting tonight? What car are we looking at is going to come out on top? Which driver do we think is going to come out on top?
Well, as I said earlier on, this car is going to be the one to look out for, the Porsche 911. Like I said, Gary and myself really pushed this car to its limits the last time we were here. And I believe the Porsche was the last car in the Pro, I know for a fact, that took the last couple of wins. I took one in it, and my teammate Bigson took one straight after. So the Porsche is very good round here, but obviously I think there's a more power circuit. So for Pro, the Mercedes is going to be the one that's going to be favoured. But like we had a little mess around on F1 earlier in the week, and we had a little play, a little go, and we came to Silverstone in the F1 cars, and the setup that it automatically gave us was a balanced setup. And I think this is the best way to explain Silverstone. It is very balanced.
Yeah.
It has a bit of everything: long straight, slow corners, high speed corners, and even mid speed corners to heavy braking zones to really technical parts as well. So for me, every part of the sector will be benefiting one car for sure. I would say Sector 2 will benefit the Ginetta and the Acura with the Maggotts and Beckett section and the slow corners as well. Meanwhile, Sector 3 will benefit the Porsche with the long hanger straight, heavy braking zones, and again a long little straight down the main straight. And Sector 1, again, really tight section again, so the Ginetta, possibly the Acura, the Ferrari, all those cars will look good round there. So it's going to be a close one for sure. And as you can look at the times, Kelly all the way up to Max Mulder is only separated by a second, and Argent and Max at the minute only separated by 600ths. So it's going to be a close one. I suspect possibly Max might just have enough in hand. But I would keep an eye on Shane tonight. He looks quite confident in that Ferrari as well. So I would say it's anybody's game here tonight, Matt, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, indeed we are. And just to correct PM Motorsport there, I believe the Ginetta on ACC is a GT4 Ginetta that you have there. Evening to Fury's granddad in the chat. The hashtag blame it on Buzzy Boys. Him and PM are in there getting it all done. Stowaway, so somebody drove me into a wall on Monday night. Not going to mention who that was. But yeah, the Ginetta is a GT4 one. There is no GT3 Ginetta, as there is no Renault, no Cadillac either. But there is new cars like the Jaguar and the Lexus that we could maybe see out on the grid. But that's for the new year. This is for the now. 3 tracks left, 6 races to go in this championship. And it's Max who has one hand on the title. And let us run you through then the current Drivers' Championship standings, which are absolutely fantastic reading if you are a Max fan then. It is him who leads, 87 points clear of Argent with 6 races to go in this one. As Shane then P3, he's 102 behind, still in with a shout of this championship as well, as is KLF, 128 behind in P4. He's 2 points clear of his teammate, who can still win the championship mathematically as well. Monkey Boy then in P5, he's still in with a shout of winning it with Ukbar P6. He can as well still win it. So 6 drivers still up for the grabs. Who can't win it then is Dean Wasaki, P7. Gained over Rabbit Joe and Leon Fernie last week. Pulled ahead. Can he keep that momentum up? As Joe, 3 points clear of Leon Fernie in P8 and 9. P10, DJ Phil, 5 points clear of Welshie. So a bit of a battle raging on for the top 10. And Bryn, only 9 points behind Welshie in 12th place. Bryn, been a bit hit and miss this season, but he has had problems and had to miss a few races at times. Smithy on 110. He's only 4 points behind Bryn. Bozzy Boy comes in 14th, still classified for the season, even though he won't finish the season. He is still classified with Stealth Sloth P15 and Exit Tibbs, only 14 points off of Stealth Sloth, and he's only done 5 races, Dan. So massive, massive work from Tibbs there to be that close already. The SRL Racing team are 77 clear of Audio Sport and 2 Old Pros, with a lot of points still up for grabs. I wouldn't say they've got one hand on the title, but I'd say they've got a good advantage going into these last 6 races. The real battle for me is second place in this Constructors. You then drop some 25, 26 points back to the SFA Acora team in 3rd place. 11 back from them is the Super Crash Bros. 18 back from them is Terminal Velocity Racing. So really 4 teams all fighting for second place. P6 is Wakasaki Racing. Dean flying the flag on his own. Can still win the championship, but it's not going to happen on his own. And MC Motorsport, no Stealth Sloth tonight. Looks like Welsh is flying the flag alone as well. The team that can't win it at the minute is SimPlay Racing. They cannot win it. 162 drivers' points up for grabs. And 282 constructors' points up for grabs, Dan. And if things stay as they are at the moment, the points stay as they are at the moment in terms of the same kind of gaps, Ukbar will mathematically still be in it for the next race. As would Monkey Boy and Kelly, but it looks like they're going to be out of it come Silverstone.
Yeah, it's a big mountain to climb. It's a bit like ourselves in the pro. It's just you know it's still doable, but you got to be kind of realistic now. You got to look at different aims. Ukbar possibly looking now just to focus on trying to get into that top 3 relegation section. Maybe to say that look, I did qualify eventually to go into the pro. It all depends on how things go in the new year. As we did say briefly, we will be saying goodbye to Project Cars. It has been a very, very, very good platform here at SimPlay Motorsport. Yeah. It has done us very proud. It's hosted some of the most important events we've ever done here, especially the 24 hours of the Nordschleife. For the cancer research. My favourite memory of all has to be that one we've been on Project Cars. As like I said, the announcement on the Discord in the Facebook group that we will be leaving it. Looks like ACC and F1 are going to be the replacements. But for me, Matt, it's got to be that 24-hour race we did for the cancer research. It will always sit in my mind that we've done something iconic. We've done something that's bonkers, completely bonkers.
Yeah.
We did it.
We did too, didn't we? We did the ectopic pregnancy because of what myself and Beth went through on F1, which I think was your first time commentating on the channel as well, in which we raised money for the ectopic pregnancy. But the real big one was when obviously we lost Sabine Schmidt later last year, mid part of last year, should I say? And we decided as a group we'd do the Nordschleife, the Queen of the Nordschleife. We did the cancer research charity. We raised over £1,000, and a very, very fond memory that sticks in my mind on the Project Cars 2 in GT3 cars. And I think the most iconic moment about that stream is because me, yourself, Kelly, although we was in a party with the lads who was driving, we mainly did the comms for it. But when the wall got us to that £1,000, and I'll never forget the wall for this because he will always stay in my mind for this moment. When the wall donated to get us to that £1,000 goal, I just remember myself, you, Kelly, all just sort of like screaming out loud about what a moment and occasion it was. And thanks to the guys who followed us through that one and obviously got that to raise that money for cancer research. We hope it's gone a long way in terms of helping people out who do suffer with cancer. Obviously, it's not the end of our charity events. We may come back and do more charity events in the future, depending on the platform, and we'll see what we have to do. But yeah, certainly the Nordschleife 24 was one of the most iconic SimPlay moments as well as Project Car 2 moments.
Yeah, definitely so. As also there was the 8v8 with our good friends over at Motive
Yeah.
Racing.
Yeah.
We did, that was an iconic moment. Obviously, all the championships we ran. This was the nice thing about Project Cars. We had so many ranges of cars. We've had GTEs, we've had GT3s, we started IndyCar, we did touring cars. We've talked about
Clios.
V8s. We've done Clios. We've done
GT5s. Yeah. We started a World Endurance, didn't we? We unfortunately didn't get to finish that, but we did do part of a World Endurance.
Yeah, definitely so. And because of Project Cars, we've been able to give you this amazing show of drivers. And Max being one of the top guys at the minute in this category of drivers, he leads the way after the practice session. But also, I think one of the greatest things about Project Cars, obviously you do get it with ACC and others, but like we've built a community not just of British drivers, but of many different origins of country drivers. In this category alone, we have Ukbar and Max, who are both Dutch.
And Overtaker. No, sorry, he's not Dutch. Sorry, no.
He's not Dutch. We have those guys representing Dutch. We've also got Veligak, who also briefly joined us for a moment. In this category as well, we've got Exit Tibbs, who's USA.
Yeah.
We've also got Emplava in the Pro, who's Latvian. With Overtaker, which I can never remember.
Yeah, I think he's either Slovenian or Slovakian. The flags are very similar, but it is one of them two.
Yeah, definitely. So I think we got many others that are in the Formula One category who are wanting to come back into racing. Forzi sitting there ready and waiting to go, and a few others as well. So Project Cars has opened us up to so many varieties of different types of drivers, not just British, but also European, American, you name it. We have driven with every type of driver, and it's because of this platform. And I still think today, for a streaming purpose,
Project Cars is the best.
Still the benchmark. Yeah. ACC is very good graphically. ACC is very good, like visuals and sounds and all that lot. As is F1 is very good on an F1 level. But for streaming, for broadcasting, and providing a show, Project Cars is still the benchmark regarding that, in my opinion.
It will, and it will be sadly missed as well. And but hey, the fun doesn't stop there. We move, like Dan said, ACC and F1, it looks like, in the new year, and that's where the fun is going to continue. And rivalries, championships, battles will commence, and it brings many more drivers, maybe, especially with F1 being cross-platform. It brings us a different look on things at the moment. But yes, we have to say goodbye in 3 weeks' time, though, to Project Cars. But right now, the Pro-Ams have a show to put on at the home of British Motorsport, and out on track now they come. Or have been now. It's a long lap here, 2 minutes a lap, so you really want to get on with it. Leon, Max and Monkey Boy all stationary in the pits. 7 minutes 46 left of the session with a 2 minute out lap. So that is really going to put the cat amongst the pigeons. If they come out now, they could find themselves in a spot of traffic. Rabbit Joe's going to be the first driver to set a lap, start his out lap.
No, he is on a flying lap right now. So Rabbit Joe will start us off as he heads into Abbey towards Farm Curb. And I say he heads into Abbey, he's taking too much curb and ended up off track. So great start there for Rabbit Joe. Let's try and find another driver that started a lap. We'll go on KLF. He goes through Farm Curve and then heads his way up to Village, breaking up the 15-meter board. Try and make sure he hits that apex to get a good run into the loop. I'm trying my very best to remember all these track names because they're very iconic. Into this is the one I always get wrong. I think it's Aintree. That's the one. Down towards the Wellington Straight. Am I correct on that one? Yeah, Wellington Straight into Brooklands and then into Luffield. And for me, Brooklands and Luffield will always be iconic because, like I said in the chat, this is where Lewis Hamilton always seemed to find his speed. I don't know how he done it, but he was always fast through Brooklands and Luffield, which he was able to again carry the speed through Woodcote and then up towards Copse. And obviously we know what happened at Copse, didn't we, between Max and Hamilton. But ever since then, cars can overtake here at Copse. And Kelly goes into Copse and he runs a little bit wide, taking track limits there. If he goes pole, he might have his point taken away, because that was out of track limits. And then down into the iconic Maggots and Beckett's, which, Matt, this section has been replicated so many times, hasn't it?
You've got the opening sector of Cota, haven't you, that tries to get Maggots and Beckett's. It's got it a bit too tight for me, Maggots and Beckett's. One, you think of tracks in the world and you think of a section of a track. Brooklands, Luffield, Maggots, Beckett's, Chapel is 2 parts of Silverstone you take and name straight away.
Yeah, definitely so. And then down the hanger straight towards Stowe, and then Vale and Club.
Oh,
and
Kelly!
Kelly's gone round through Stowe, and it's such an awkward corner, Stowe, because you go uphill and then it starts to creep back downhill again. Vale into Club. But to be fair, Matt, the old school Club version, the old section of Club, for me,
a lot better,
was a lot better than the modern day version.
But I think
I think
that's what balances Silverstone out a bit, is because it's now a heavy braking, tight, twisty section. It's what separates Silverstone from some great circuits in the country. As Bryn went provisional pole, Upbar beats it by 0.2 of a second, and now the lap times really start to come in. That mention of Kelly and the bit of track limits coming through Cops, well, that got put to bed when he span at Stowe. Everybody's out on track getting a lap in. Max, Monkey Boy, Leon, and Rabbit Joe, though. Oh, that's. Yeah, she's a wide one. Max, Monkey Boy, Rabbit Joe, and Leon Fernie all on outlaps and will start their fastest laps now.
They will indeed. And I think the thing is this track really makes you learn racing lines as well.
Yeah.
You really do have to learn what lines you are taking, how you're approaching it. As we got Phil and DJ, we've got Phil and Dean both on track together. I know for a fact Tony will be loving that.
Wonder if Dean's passed him.
Oh, definitely so. He's probably giving him a little toe. I think not too far behind him is Argent as well. Is it?
It is. Yeah, he was purple sector 1 on my phone, Dan, as well. So great first sector.
We'll go back on Dean then, because he was the first man out of these three, and I don't know if it's worth having a slipstream around here or not. But either way, Dean to the line. What can he do?
I feel that having a slipstream is Dean goes P4, DJ Phil to the line goes P8, and Argy Bargy to the line, bang into P1 and a 201.9. Really, we didn't see no one break the 201s in practice. So Argent, did he? Did Max break into it?
At the end of the session, this man did a 201.7.
Interesting to note
that again.
Sorry, Dan. Interesting to note there that Bryn's just gone purple sector 2. I was about to say Dean was purple sector 3, but Ukbar has just gone purple sector 3. Bryn, though, purple in the middle sector. That's now been beaten by his teammate Shane.
Bryn now in the middle, into the final sector. I was just trying to find out what car it was.
Ukbar's glitched out my sector 3 time, Dan, because he's returned to the pits. So the sector 3 is purple on an 8.2. So 8 seconds to do sector 3 is what it's been glitched out at, as Bryn goes back above Ukbar into P2, but it's his teammate Shane, was purple middle sector. He's not anymore because Max Mulder is.
Yep, Shane goes through and improves his lap time, but doesn't go any higher. Monkey Boy goes P6. Then we got Exit Tips towards the line. What does he do? He improves and goes P5. Rabbit Joe towards the line. He is currently P6, no improvement. As I think a few others, well, she's facing the wrong way. Leon Fernie goes 11th. Where is Max? That's the question. He's the man to keep an eye on. He's in the final corner. Max Mulder towards the line. Your championship leader. What does he do?
2:01.5, brilliant lap from Max Mulder there, 0.455 ahead of this man, Argy Bargy, so he's got work cut out for him, but he was up sector 1, it said. Sector 2, he's now down by 1.8, so I wonder if he's backed out of it somewhere or had a moment. Bryn, Rabbit Joe and Smithy in the pits, and they really need to be getting out the pits if they're to get one more lap in. Dean Wasocki coming towards the line, currently down in 8th. Now, I saw Dean, race pace was in the 2:02s the other day, very squirrely through that final sector, has to get right out the throttle, and that puts Dean... I presume he's not going to improve on this lap. We'll see as he crossed the line, though. No, just a 10th down look because of that last sector.
Yeah, Arjun there just lifting and giving himself some space, ready to attack this lap as DJ Phil goes up the road. He's got to really hope that DJ Phil comes into the pit so that he can get a clear run. I believe that was Bryn last time around there, so who is it now? It's Ukbar in the final sector, and all the guys that are in the pits now, so Smithy and Bryn, they are done for the session. They will not get back out. So, as is Shane, so they're all done for this moment. Ukbar in the final sector. Can the Flying Dutchman improve his position currently?
I think this is an outlap, Dan. I think this is an outlap. I'm not too sure. We will see, though, because he did go back to the pits. I remember, that must have been an outlap for Ukbar as he carries on then on his way to get one more run in. So, we said earlier, or Dan said earlier, that Shane was probably one to watch in that Ferrari. Well, his teammates outdone him so far, and I'm sure Bryn will absolutely take that at the moment as they come down. Tibbs will get one more lap in. I wonder if them 3 cars... no, we won't have the fuel. I wonder if the 3 cars at Stowe will be the last 3 to get a lap in then, because whoever's just leaving Maggots and Beckett's, I don't think will. Tibbs crosses the line, improves by half a second, up to P5 and knocks Shane down one more place. Welshie at the line as Tibbs now goes back to the pits.
He does indeed. The man who's struggling at the minute is KLF. He's down at the bottom at the minute. Can't seem to get a lap together.
Oh, someone's
who's
off.
that in the background? Leon crosses the line. Does he improve? Did Kelly? No. Leon stays where he is. So Leon's just struggling. I don't know who that was that just went flying off.
They're crossing the line now.
It was Max.
Ah, it was Max. And that's going to really heavily compromise his run into turn 1. So I reckon his session might be done then. So then, Argy Bargy, you've got a lifeline, as does Ukbar. Welshie's just gone up to P11 ahead of Smithy or KLF. Monkey Boy, one of them has just gone up a few places. I saw Smithy drop down. Joe stays 7th. He will get one more run in. Who is at club at the moment? It's DJ Phil. He will be the first man to finish. Looking at his lap times, green and green through the sectors 1 and 2 on a personal best lap. Here comes DJ Phil. Can he improve? Currently sat 14th. So it's not going to be pole for him in the Ginetta to get them closer to 25. It's only going to be P12 at the moment. Who was that in the pits? Monkey Boy's done.
Monkey Boy is done. Ukbar is in the final sector. Can you find 1.1 from anywhere? That is the question. KLF really needs to get a better lap time underneath him. He's currently P10, and this is the lap for him, really. But we are focusing on Ukbar, the Flying Dutchman. He had one lap to do it. What has he managed to do? Can he get on the front row, or at least near Max Boulder? Towards the line he comes. No improvement. So it's down to Rabbit Joe, KLF, and DJ Phil.
No, DJ Phil's done. Leon Fernie. Yeah, Leon Fernie currently sat on the back row of the grid. He's 2 temps down, just runs a little wide there, coming out of Chapel onto the hanger straight. So just the 3 of them. Everybody else in the pit lane. Joe, is it Joe Kelly and Leon Fernie, did we say? I think it is, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so Joe Kelly, Leon Fernie left to go. Then DJ Phil has finished in his qualifying. Will Leon Fernie be starting on the back row of the grid, or will it be Smithy in the Acora? Down through Vale into club he comes. A little deep, maybe just got on the apex at the end. Through Vale then. He's a bit twitchy on his power coming out the corners is Leon Fernie. Over the curb, touches the outside curb. Can he improve through that final sector enough? He does, and that demotes Smithy down to 14th place, and Phil is done. He will be in 13th place with Welchie done. He'll be 12th. Kelly is done, so that's going to be 11th place for KLF in this one. Rabbit Joe, the only man left then at the minute, Dan.
He is the last man. Kelly's not going to be too happy about it, but at the end of the day, 11th is in the worst place in the world. Anything can happen, and he can pick up places left, right, and centre. Rabbit Joe to the line. What can he do? I don't think he improved.
No, he didn't improve according to my phone, so he doesn't improve, but it is that man Max Mulder who takes pole position and will be on the front row alongside his rival Kieran Argent for the start of this race, and Bryn up in a solid P3 for him. What a good start. Second row alongside Ukbar in P4. Row 3 then is Exit Tibbs and Shane with Rabbit Joe in 7th and alongside Dean Wasaki. Monkey Boy in 9th alongside Leon Fernie with KLF, Welshie, DJ Phil, Smithy on the back row of the grid. Dan, tip for the race win?
I'm going to go Bryn. I think Bryn's his car seems to be a bit more stable than the rest of the guys. I think the 2 in front are going to be too busy racing one another, and I think Bryn's just going to pick one off bit by bit, I think.
Well, one thing you'll be interested to know going into tomorrow night is that at the minute, the Audi is 1 pole position away from equaling the BMW on 37, is 2 poles away from equaling the Porsche on 38.
Oh, wow.
And it's only 7 wins away from it's only 6 wins away from equaling the Porsche in wins, and 7 away from getting its 50th. Can the Audi get its 50th? Can the Audi? That's the real challenge, isn't it? Can the Audi get its 50th before the Porsche?
I feel like I feel like transferring to the McLaren when we get to ACC just so we can catch the Porsche.
No, get the Lexus or something. Let's get something new on the grid.
Definitely the Lexus. I would
just reading the comments in the chat. PM Motorsport, come on, Smithy to go. Evening to Peaceful Stepdad. In the chat as well. 19 people watching the stream. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified when we are live. Obviously, we'll be back live. Kelly Davis and Clive Smith in your commentary box tomorrow night. Pro action at Silverstone. It's a tight grid based on testing at the moment, Dan, as well. So looking forward to tomorrow. Dan going Bryn. I'm going to go Argy Bargy for the win here.
It all depends on turn one. It definitely see what car comes out on top. And also, just before we get going, before we go live here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well, and hit the bell to be notified so you do not miss any of the action here at SimPlay Motorsport. And Matt, we're about to get underway here.
We are about to get underway. Race 19 of 24. Max Mulder on pole, Arjun on the front row. It's green and go. Nobody seemed to move apart from Bryn, who has to then kind of barge Argent out the way. Nobody moved but Bryn there. That is a terrific start from Bryn. And already into turn one. I think it's going to be Bryn who leads. Dean Wasaki looking up the inside of Shane. They lean on each other a little bit. And I think Dean and Welshie have both gone round. And Monkey Boy as well maybe got a bit of a bad start there too.
No,
they're all round at turn one. Oh, he's not moved.
He's not gone anyway. He's still stuck there. Meanwhile, Arjun and Max are going at it. Max is trying to stick to the outside of the loop. He's run wide. Exit Tibbs is there as well. Hello, Tibbs. And Arjun
We've lost Monkey Boy. We've lost Monkey Boy then. Does he have wheel problems? I'm wondering. Who else is round with Joe? Who's that with him? Is that Clive?
Leon Fernie.
No, it's Leon Fernie. Right then, so
I said was possibly going to have a good start. He's been caught up in all the drama, and he is now towards the back of the pack. But it is Bryn who leads the way with Max Mulder in second, third is Arjun, fourth is Exit Tibbs, fifth Ukbar, Shane in sixth, the DJ Phil. What a start from him from the back of the grid. He's up to seventh.
Up to seventh place. I'm not sure if Monkey Boy started that race, so I'm not going to put him down as a race start at the moment. Not sure if he actually got away there, but Bryn leads from Max Mulder as they come through Copsen for the first time. That's a strike for Bryn already on lap one.
It is indeed, and the stewards will be watching these guys for track limits as Arjun is there with Max, and Max has to give him space, but Max, with no fear whatsoever, thrown it into Maggott Beckett. Next to Tibbs is now attacking Arjun as well. So all these guys going at it, and Ukbar's just behind them as well. So great driving so far from the top five. Shane's there as well, so top six.
5 for the front. DJ Phil's not a million miles away, and Argent now side by side as Tibbs is looking to get past him as they come towards Stowe. Here comes Max, pulls out on Bryn now, but he's not enough. I hate the camera at Stowe, because it always gives you a false sense of security that they're about to make a lunge and they're side by side, when realistically he wasn't there. Tibbs though is still side by side with Argy Bargy. Does Argent have enough to stay in front? Just about, as Shane gets late on the brakes and nearly into the back of Ukbar. But it's anybody's game at the minute. It's Ferrari, Audi, Acura, Porsche, Ginetta, the top five, with another Ferrari in that sixth place position.
The Ferrari was looking strong, and both Ferraris are up there within this fight. Bryn just getting the best start out of everybody. Well, Max and Arjun are too busy dealing with one another, and Bryn has got the jump, and he doesn't have to care about the championship. Max is thinking championship. He also has been wanting to try and get most race wins in one season, but Overtaker wants to stop him from doing that. Most wins in one season. Fury, was it 19?
12 in a season, because I got...
19 in the podiums, wasn't it? As Max has got a run here.
23 in podiums. I got that in Pro-Am Season 1. Bryn tries to defend, but can't close the door. Max then up the inside into Brooklands, but you don't really want to make yourself have a tight exit for that corner, but it's not going to matter. Bryn's gone a little deep with him. This has brought Argy Bargy back in. Max then through and into the lead of this race, thinking championship. Well, Max is still fighting with Bryn as far as he can go. He didn't really need to fight with him too much, Bryn. But Max wants to win every race he possibly can. Bryn has a wiggle, coming through Woodcote now. Argy Bargy up the inside of the Ferrari driver, and you can't overtake it, Cop, said Christian Horner. Argent's about to prove that you can, and up the inside, great move from Argent.
Yeah, great cooperation there from Bryn. He's get the overlap as well. Yeah, he knew he wasn't going to get the job done on the outside, and him and Bryn are still going side by side towards Maggott and Beckett. And great racing there between Bryn and Argent. Very respectful for one another. And we still got Ukbar has dropped down the order.
Oh, he has. It looks like he's had a moment at Cops. It looks like he's recovering there. Then Kelly's up to 8th. That's put Ukbar down tonight from Rabbit. Joe gets past him, has he? I wonder if he's lost it on the curb, Dan, at Cops. It can bite you in the bum a little bit. Oh, where's he gone now? Is he off again? Yeah, he is. Again. Really struggling, is Ukbar there.
He is indeed. Now, Argent has got to get his head down and focus on trying to hunt down Max. If Max gets too far in front, he will not be able to get the benefit of the tow. And we know that the Audi and the Acura is quite similar on straight line, really. The Audi isn't the strongest in a straight line, but the Acura is just as equal with it, I think. These two are going to be trying to battle it out, but the more that Max gets comfortable out in front, the easier it will be for him. But they are matching similar like times. 2:03.1 with 2:02 and 9. And Bryn just exceeded track limits ever so slightly there.
Indeed, he did then. So Argent leading from Max at the moment. Cameraman's looking to pick up Leon Fernie. And Leon Fernie P7 at the moment. He's just ahead of Kelly. He was a bit quicker last time round. Who's that? Bryn! Oh, he's had a moment. Was leading this race 3 laps in. He's had a moment through the loop. And that then Ukbar's in the pits a lap early, so we'll have to provide evidence on this one.
Question, Matthew. Exit Tibbs. Has he had a podium yet?
Yes.
He has. Oh, okay.
Well, I wasn't able to speak to him because I think he said he doesn't have a microphone or isn't able to speak. So we haven't heard from Tibbs, but has had a podium. I think had it on his opener at Sakito. Yes, his first ever race at Sakito was his podium, P3. The question, Dan, is, has Exit Tibbs got what it takes to get Porsche's 50th win?
I think it's all about survival again, mainly with Pro-Am. Is who can stay the most consistent, who can keep it on track. We've only done 3 laps. It feels like we've done loads. But another man who's doing really well at the minute is DJ Phil. He's now trying to hold up Leon Fernie. DJ Phil's worked his way up to 5th place.
He has indeed. Leon Fernie's on the back of him. Bryn now down to 7th, ahead of KLF, as Leon Fernie looking to get past DJ Phil here at the moment. And Argent gained 0.07 of a second through Sector 1. Maxen gains 0.02 of a second through Sector 2. So Argent's still on a better lap time here, but he's not really going to feel that effects of catching Max at the moment due to the fact it is just ebbing and flowing on them sector times. Has Max had a moment at Stowe then? Because that gap's come down a little bit.
It's been slowly coming down. It's not been dramatically coming down, but it has been coming down. Leon Fernie has now cleared DJ Phil. So he's done that into Stowe. But I say that, Argent, I think, has got
he's had a huge moment. Where's that? That is that at the middle of Club Corner?
It is.
It is, yeah.
Back on track.
Argy Bargy with good pace has threw away a potential race win, and Kelly won through Kelly at KLF 900 then. Kelly 131 and nearly mixed him in Gary. Yeah, nearly mixed him in Gary. Oh, Argy Bargy, that's a track limit warning.
It is a warning as Max is a little bit slow. Exit Tibbs again in P2 at the minute, doing what he needs to do, and Leon's had a moment and allowed DJ Phil back through. So DJ Phil up into 4th now. Up
into P4 with Argent spin. There's Argent and KLF in the background. Then Kelly's got Bryn done, so Bryn must have some more dramas elsewhere this lap. Welchie and Dean after their first lap spin, they're up to 9th and 10th on the standings here. Dean a bit quicker than Welchie, so can he get past at the moment then, as here comes Kelly on the brakes. You just see them all gapping Kelly a little bit into Brooklands, but Kelly, a patient driver, just biding his time and waiting for these 3 to trip over each other.
And what was the pit window again, Matthew?
End of this lap, yeah.
So these guys can pit, and I'm pretty sure we should possibly be seeing Kelly coming into the pits. But Max Mulder down towards Maggotts and Beckett has got a comfortable gap over the US driver of Exit Tibbs, who's putting on a fantastic show in P2 ahead of Shane. But this is where the fight is at. Leon Fernie breathing down the neck of DJ Phil, and DJ Phil putting up a fantastic show of defence here.
He really is, and I don't think you're going to get the move done through Maggotts and Beckett's. You see Leon Fernie here just off the power and off the brakes, letting it kind of roll through Maggotts and Beckett's. Argy Bargy, after his spin, may have to give his tyres some time to cool down. He does get the run, though. Phil comes across to block him. He can't come across anymore. He's made his manoeuvre. He's got to stick to his line. He comes back across once again here from Phil. That's twice now, Phil, so got to be careful there.
Yeah, Phil's just...
hello. He's got himself a cheeky switchback.
He's got himself a cheeky switchback. Leon Fernie comes across.
Argent's in.
And Argent bails in straight away. Does not want to be in this fight. What's happened to Kelly? He's dropped down the order all of a sudden.
Oh, he must have had a moment somewhere because he's dropped behind Bryn as Argent comes into the pits. He must have got it slowed down in time. Leon Fernie now goes, and Phil all on his own into the wall. Keep it still, keep it still. He's now got it stopped. He gets going now. He's going to have to wait. As there goes Kelly, there goes Welchie, there goes Dean Wasocki, who gets past DJ Phil. And Phil's got to try and get this one going once again here.
He has managed to do so. He waited for all the guys to go.
Oh, Bryn's in as well.
Yeah, Bryn's in as well. So DJ Phil's going to drop right down the order after a great start from him. He drops down the order. Right, Max can now kind of go into a cruise mode, look after his tyres, take his time. Exit Tibbs, though, is not a million miles away, but Shane has been creeping onto the back of Tibbs ever so slowly.
He has ever so slightly here, and Shane, we tipped him for wins and podiums this year, didn't we, last season, and he's really delivered on that. Welchie now on the back of Kelly last lap. Kelly at 2:13, so definitely made a mistake somewhere, Dan. Welchie indeed, pretty much identical last lap times, and they come through Oh, well, she's closing speed on Kelly there. Is Kelly just having to cool them soft tyres down a little bit after a spin?
Possibly, or has he got damage? Has he hit something?
I'm surprised we didn't see Kelly in at the end of lap 4, even if he had a spin. I'm surprised we didn't see that as Bryn gets past Smithy out the pits.
Gets him done as well. So, well, I don't know if maybe Kelly's just being a bit cautious as that's track limits there for Kelly.
That's a strike.
It's a little bit wide.
It's a touring car line, isn't it?
It is. I was going to say NASCAR line.
Nah, we see the BTCC at Cops. That's their usual line, isn't it?
Shane's lost a little bit of time this lap. He was a lot closer to Tibbs, but he's lost a little bit of time. But Shane is in. Can he get it stopped on the marks? He comes to the pit line, and he does get it stopped.
Easy as you like. So
it is easy, but it's very easy to get it wrong.
It is very easy to get it wrong. Shane in the pits, and the Super Crash Bros have got their pit stops done, and clearly the tactic of an early stop. I'm expecting to see this blue Porsche do that, and indeed it does.
It does indeed. Has Kelly got damage? Is that the question? Rabbit Joe is just creeping onto the back of Arjun. I don't know if Rabbit Joe pitted yet. No,
he's not pitted yet. No, he had a spin at the beginning of the race and hasn't really recovered from that spin earlier on. Shane. You're right, then. We're keeping you awake, Dan.
Sorry, man. It's been a long day. Shane's already out.
Yeah,
Shane's done.
Just as Welshie and I think the battle of Welshie and Dean. So has he split Welshie and Dean? He has. Dean about a second behind Shane. So Shane in and out. Great stop as Smithy and Phil now come into the pits. So Shane there, really, really quick one, Dan. And that's splitting Dean and Welshie in their battle then.
Yeah, definitely so. Dean, Shane had a wiggle, I think. Dean's there. He's looking to have a go at Shane here. Well, Shane's just come out of the pits. Dean's going to go around the outside into Brooklands, and I don't think he's going to get that dub done at all. But, she's gone a little bit slow into Brooklands. Now into Luffield, and it's really concertina up. And this is not helping Shane right now. He would have been perfect if he dropped into a nice window where there was no... she's touched the gravel.
Very, very wide at the exit of Luffield, over the curb, and it's just spat that back end out, and he's lost it round. That's into the wall as well. I was just about to say that Dean's fighting his race against Welshie, and trying to gain position. So the fact that Shane's in the way is kind of blocking Dean. Dean obviously not bothering about Shane's being there in the way. Wants to get on with his race and pass Welshie. That one, though, doesn't matter anymore. Welshie staying out the way, I think, with his damaged car.
Yeah, definitely so. But I just heard a car go round. That's Leon Fernie.
Oh, careful, careful, careful! And Shane has just pitted, and Leon Fernie rejoins the track.
Yeah, Leon Fernie's going to get a slam dunk penalty for that one, and he's dropped it again. And the guys need to remember that if they don't have lights, they do have to be cautious, as Arjun's now coming to the stricken Audi. He's just coming across ever so slightly, and Leon Fernie...
and do you know the worst thing about that? Shane was running so well, and has now got to probably pit again for damage.
Yeah, definitely. So, is Shane coming in? Yes, he is. That is race ruined, and probably going to be looking at race 2. Leon Fernie should have just either stayed still or just moved off track. But he chose to...
he's got to get that slowed down. He's got to get that slowed down. He's not going to get that slowed down. He did, you know.
Just did, I think.
He did, you know.
Well, she's in as well. A lot of people in with damage. That's going to allow Bryn to move out a couple of places. Kelly's at a moment at Stowe. So Kelly's not going to be happy with that one either, but he should jump these 3 cars.
Dean Wasaki going long. I wonder if it's worth Dean coming in. Argent's not his fight, but Rabbit Joe is. Rabbit Joe is 9 seconds behind Dean, 10 seconds behind Dean. Dean get in maybe before Rabbit Joe. Bryn could possibly... Bryn's not Dean's fight neither. Dean could be looking at a P5 in this race, with Argent and Bryn already pitting, coming through the pack. Shane is out the pits, but with the damage he's had, Dean's pretty much probably got a pit stop over him.
Yeah, definitely. So I think Exit Tips now needs to focus on this fight with Argent. Because at the minute, let's be honest, his fight is not with Max. Max has gone into the distance.
It's a long pit lane, isn't it? It's a long and slow pit lane here at Silverstone. And what's the gap? It's about 30 seconds, 29 seconds Tibbs to Argent at the moment.
Yeah, and Tibbs at the minute is doing consistent 204s, while Argent's in the same boat. Argent's at a moment.
Oh, well, that puts that to bed. If I was Dean, I'd definitely get in the pits because there's a chance.
Something.
He has. I think he's got damage. He's got no front left
he hit
light.
The left side of his car?
I'm not sure. How did he end up that far off there? I don't normally know you to spin at Woodcote. we're Welshie span on the exit of Luffield, fair enough, but Woodcote seems a strange one.
That is a very odd spin there.
Right.
But, there's no cars lingering around either.
No.
Rabbit Joe wasn't anywhere near him, so I don't understand that. Rabbit Joe, the way this is panning out, you can go long and you can possibly get himself a good amount of places here. Yeah. But the man who's looking good at the minute is this man.
This man for a podium as well, Dan.
Yeah, he's looking very good at the minute. Bryn.
Dean's in.
Dean is in. He's listened and decided to come early.
Yes, Dean, I love that decision from you there, because with Argent spinning and possibly getting damaged, that could give Dean a potential P4. Rabbit Joe follows Dean in. So Joe doing the same strategy then. Does this give these two a fight for P4 in this race with Argent having a moment? Shane some time behind as they come in. That Argent's back in. Look, is Dean on his way out already?
He's already done. He's pitted. He's gone.
What a stop. Dean Wasocki. Bryn's only just gone through. Dean is now off the limiter. And he has cleared. Where's Dean? He's just come out. There we go. It comes up and over the brow of the hill. Joe, he's going to gap Joe a little more than normal. He's put Shane between himself and Joe. So Dean Wasocki here, maybe on course for a P4. That's a good time to pit for Dean. He's got 6 seconds to Shane. Can he hold it? He's only got 5 seconds to Bryn. So Dean may be looking at a podium if Bryn makes a mistake or two. This is a long old stop for this man, though, who just tumbles down the order. And we said things have got to go right for Max tonight. You kind of get that feeling that they are at the moment.
Yeah, Shane, on the other hand, I don't think he's managed to repair his car correctly, because the front end of that car doesn't look great still.
I think this is just Project Cars not showing us as broadcasters the visual effects, but on his end it's saying it has done it. Evening to Mother Davis in the chat as Max at the end of lap 8 comes into the pit, Sam.
He gets it stopped just as he needs to do. Exit Tips will carry on, and he will lead a race here at SimPlay Motorsport. He will lead it here at Silverstone as
now
is now ahead of Argent.
Bryn was some 45 seconds behind Max. What will Bryn do here then? I wonder. As Max is in, stopped. It's not the quickest of stops for Max here. It's not a bad one though. And Bryn is coming down the hanger straight as Max is away. So Bryn is going to be nowhere near. There's Dean, look. Dean sniffing a podium opportunity maybe.
Possibly so. One mistake from Bryn and Dean is through. Max needs to worry about exit Tips now. If that was a very long stop, if Tips can nail the pits, which he's been struggling with.
Yeah.
Oh, well, 13 seconds really. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, but we know what the Audi's like towards the back end of the race, Dan. And we've seen it with Max. We've seen it with Max quite a bit this season. He seems to struggle after his pit stop. So we'll have to see what Max is like around here then. And we'll see what Tibbs does as Tibbs comes through Luffield now.
He's improving each lap. Exit Tibbs just finds more pace.
Yeah.
2:04.1 last lap. He was before that at 2:04.3.
Smithy actually did his personal best lap on the last lap, just to say.
Yeah, Smithy. And another man who's been just quietly minding his own business and working his way up the order. He's P8 now.
Argent, by the way, on the back of Ukbar for 10th and 11th in this race. These two were sitting pretty by the front of the order. And they just started to tumble down. As they come through, I think Smithy, again, has improved on another personal best lap. So Smithy getting a bit quicker towards the end of this race as well.
Yeah, and like I said, it's all about consistency. Staying smooth, staying consistent. I think Tibbs not had the best of laps here. He's a little bit slow on this one, 6/10 down. But, this is really good stuff here from Tibbs. And I'm excited to see him further into the future of SimPlay, because especially in F1. He joined us through F1. What can he do on the F1 game next season? That is the question. He has decided to pit.
That's everybody pit. I was just about to say, Bryn's 38 seconds behind. Tibbs has a bit of a bad stop here. Can Bryn win with a shout of maybe getting that P2 from Tibbs? Let's see then. Tibbs comes into his pit box now. Max is coming down Vale and into club, excuse me. And that time to Bryn and Dean is just ticking away out of Chapel and on the hanger straight. So Bryn's going to be flat out. It's a good stop. It's a good stop. So Bryn's not going to get that one done. Max comes past Tibbs now as Tibbs is on his way out.
Yeah, so I think Tibbs got a solid second as it stands. But if Max makes any mistake whatsoever, Tibbs is in a position to possibly catch him out. But either way, I think Max is looking good for a race win here. He has to keep it on track. Meanwhile, Bryn and the other boys, all of us British lads at the British track, What's it boys playing at? The foreign boys are kicking your butt here this evening. Both the Dutch and the US are kicking your butt, just like they are in football.
They've come to the English soil and they're taking on the English. We won't mention the football. They're taking on the Englishmen and Bryn, the highest English driver on the track. Smithy last lap and Ukbar last lap and Bryn last lap. Talk about a time to pump in your personal best when you've got Dean Wisocki 5 seconds behind you. That's about do it now. Shane as well, a 2:03.8. Rabbit Joe, a 2:04.4. So everybody, just slowly, Dan, it looks like the track's just starting to rubber in a bit more and grip up a bit more. People started to put in their best laps of the race at the minute.
Yeah, possibly so. Less fuel as well, so some of these cars tend to run better without the fuel on board. Ukbar is now being hunted down by Argent. So all these guys just improving. Maybe they've learnt like certain lines. Maybe they've learnt to just calm down ever so slightly. Ukbar taking a bit too much curb than he needed to there. But everyone just getting back into a groove. Argent now 2:03.7. Argent is flying out there at the minute.
Smithy's been improving every lap recently. He's just, Shane's just done a 2:03.8. I was about to say that's his personal best. Smithy's just done a 2:05.7 on his personal best lap of the race. Smithy's going great guns. Was only 4 tenths slower than KLF and 13 seconds behind with 5 laps to go. Kelly makes a mistake. Smithy could be in there for P8. We are 6 cars can't qualify. 13 started. Did Monkey Boy actually start the race? That's the question. Otherwise, it'll be top 7 can't qualify. I am going to say no on the pure basis of I don't think he got away from his pit box. It is top 7. It is top 7. Right then. Okay.
Because we had this discussion the other night. Yeah. It's 15. Does that class as top 7 can't qualify, or was it top?
No, it's top 8. It's top 8. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly,
it's the higher
13,
number.
13 have started.
Yeah.
Even though Monkey Boy may have not or did start, we don't know. But he did actually end up on the grid. Even if we lose him, it's still top 7. So at the minute, KLF won't be able to qualify.
KLF won't be able to qualify. Argent all over the curb at Cops there, and he just couldn't get off the curb at Cops, and that's lost him a bit of time to Ukbar on this lap. Bryn now improving his pace over Dean Wisocki and has gapped him a little more. Dean, though, may have to start worrying about Shane behind him in his rear view mirror. Shane is coming, although Dean puts in his best lap of the race, a 2:05.3, not the best from him, but Shane, a 2:03.6, and the top 4 really pumping in their best laps of the race at the minute, and they're improving every lap. Argent there.
Is that a moment?
He has had a moment. That's DJ Phil passing him. Oh, no.
He was on the back of the bar, and this race is going from Argent. He's going to have to throw this one away. I think Dean's had a moment because Shane's now ahead of him.
Yep, Dean's had a moment. Shane's ahead of him, and now he's got Rabbit Joe behind him. So Dean was trying to chase down Bryn for P3. He's threw away a P4. I'm sure he'll take P5 today. He was backwards at turn 1 on the opening lap of the race. And I'm sure Joey had a spin on the Wellington straight, didn't he, on lap 1? So I'm sure these two, 5th and 6th, will bite your hand off at that. But who's lurking in the background? The man who's as patient as ever, KLF. So one moment for them two, and Kelly could pounce on that one, as Ukbar did his best lap of a 2:03.6 last time around. So Shane, actually the quickest man on track.
He just seems to be getting quicker and quicker. Him and Bryn at the minute looking very good. They're not going to catch Exit Tips, though, as he's got a very good gap of 18 seconds to Bryn. So either way, Exit Tips looking good here. Ukbar's had another moment, I think, because DJ Phil's on the back of him now.
Phil's on the back of him, and Argent's not too far behind him once again here. So just a few mistakes from a few of the more experienced drivers on the grid. And you have to say, 2:03.1, wow, that's good pace from Max Mulder.
Yeah, it's in clear areas, no issues, and I know for a fact that he seems to be a lot worse in the dirty air. He has no problems, he has no issues, he's out in front and got a comfortable gap over this man, who is just pumping in the lap times. He's doing what he needs to do. Like I said, it's probably not his ideal game. He probably prefers single-seaters, but either way, he's took to this Porsche like a duck takes to water. So he's done a fantastic job with a limited amount of racing that he has done here on Project Cars.
Indeed, he has. Bryn running for a good 3rd place. This will be back-to-back podiums. We spoke to him on the podium last week. He's on for another podium here this week. Then as Shane comes through down the start line, crosses the line, he puts in his best lap against a 2:03.6 for him. As Dean there, little wiggle out the final corner maybe, and Rabbit Joe now getting that bit closer.
He is indeed, and Joe is bringing Kelly with him as well. Dean's a 2:14. Obviously, he had a moment last lap. I don't know what it was. Possibly touched a curb. Possibly at a big curve. But and Rabbit Joe, he going to go on the power, but he has a big wiggle there.
He does have a big wiggle, and he's in that slipstream of Dean Wysocki, and he has a chance then to maybe pull down the straight Argent towards Club Corner then. Can he look to DJ Phil? He's made a couple of mistakes, strange ones as well, the middle of Club and at Woodcote, as Joe got a bit closer to Dean, but not close enough, and into Brooklands and Luffield. Dean's just got to hold his nerve for 3 and a bit more laps, as Argent coming through the first corner. Joe all over the back of Dean Wysocki. Now that was a car off. That's Shane. Oh, big shunt in the wall. I wonder if he's done what Welchie's done. And all of a sudden, Dean and Joe are 4th and 5th now.
He's had another moment as well. He's back off the Shane has point for Kelly. He'll be happy about that. But Shane is in the wall. And like I said, it's all about just staying on track. If you stay on track, you'll be fine. But he's just been pushing the limit too hard.
I think he's got bad damage down as well there. He just didn't seem to be able to turn through cops. He's not even going at great speed. We are picking up Archie Bargy. For some reason, not sure why. Here he is. As DJ Phil's had a moment. At Brooklands and Luffield, is that? Yes, it is. DJ Phil's had a moment. Archie Bargy's back up to 11th from Rabbit Joe. Just can't seem to get close enough to the back of that Acura. Apologies there. We are struggling to just hear Dan. Bit laggy on Dan's end. So apologies there. We will hopefully get Dan back in.
Hello.
Or back with us. There we go.
Don't know what happened there.
Yeah, very strange. Yeah, better.
Okay, we've got to do an internet test after this then. But, yeah.
Rabbit Joe loses another 10th through that final sector. Tid Dean on the last lap. Joe, though, was half a second quicker than Dean. Overall, Shane surely just has to get to the end of this race. Kelly, you'd imagine, will want to get past Shane in this one as well. Kelly had a moment that last lap, Dan.
Yeah, he did. I don't know what happened to him. I think he had a spin of some sort, but either way, Kelly not the best runner here. Max is literally just cruising out in front. Meanwhile, Exit Tips.
Yeah.
Look, that's lap time.
Yeah. Brought the gap, I'd say bring the gap down, but he's brought the time down. 2:03.5 for Exit Tibbs. That's his best lap of the race. Dean's just done his best lap of the race. What a time to do that when you've got this man chasing you down, the former Pro-Am champion. As your mum's just said in the chat, it was her fault, she thinks, Dan.
Nicely done, mother.
As Joe gets a little closer to Dean, but you just see Joe had to be a bit more patient than Dean on the power on the exit of the corner. Dean just pulls away a little slightly. Tibbs, actually, Dan, looking at the time screens, he's just gone purple sector 1. So Tibbs is flying at the moment.
He is indeed, as we will come back to him in a second just to see what lap time he does get. But right now, Kelly's had another moment.
Oh, yeah. Leon Fernie's gone past. Ukbar's gone past.
He's had a big moment.
Is he damaged?
He is damaged. He's got some form of damage on the front of that car. And I know for a fact he's not a big fan of Silverstone.
Rabbit Joe then, within 0.4 of a second, he's a bit closer to the Acura once more. A 2:03.8 for for Exit Tibbs on that last lap. In fact, has he got to the line yet? No, he hasn't. Yeah, has he?
Has.
Yeah, sorry, that's Bryn's dot I was looking at there. Joe gets close, but not close enough as they come through Stowe. Gets a better exit than Dean Wysocki, though. And is he going to look now up the inside into Club? Dean goes to defend that. Now comes back into the braking zone. And Dean breaks that bit earlier. Makes Joe go to the outside of the second part of Club. That's decent driving from Dean there, using his knowledge of the corners. Joe a bit squirrely on exit. Manages to hang on to it, though. And Dean lives to fight another day. Lap 14 of 15. This battle for 4th place is now getting hotter.
Yeah, but this is where Dean seems to struggle. This is where Joe seems to be a little bit more confident. Through Abbey, into Farm, Curve, into Village. Can Joe send it down the inside of Village? He can't quite get alongside. Dean just plants his car right in the right position. Into Loop we go. Dean, once again, just getting the best runs out of the corner. And he's able to pull away. Dean actually had a wiggle on exit. Joe, with the straight line advantage from the Porsche 911, should have a great opportunity going into Brooklands.
Indeed, he shut down the Wellington straight then. Dean against Rabbit Joe. Joe just looked like he made that section a little too tight for himself, and Dean manages to hang on in there better on the brakes. The Porsche, the Acura than the Porsche maybe. Wide. Runs a little wide, touches the grass, has a bit of a snap. Joe has to get out of that one. Kelly's in the pits with his damage.
He is in the pits with his damage, so he's possibly looking up for a race 2.
Dan, Smithy cannot qualify at this moment.
No, he can't. He cannot. And Leon Fernie is coming to catch it, but meanwhile, this fight is just too intense to leave alone. It's Dean versus Joe, and these two putting on a show, giving each other racing room and respect. And Dean right now...
Oh, Max Mulder! What a cheeky fastest lap of the race that is!
I think he done a 2:02 earlier on in the race. But
Yeah,
a
it's just
2:05, I think it's
just come up
definitely quicker.
purple. It's come up purple on my time screen, so I imagine that's fastest lap.
Into Chapel. He's made a mistake going into Chapel. This has given Joe a massive opportunity down the hanger straight towards Stowe. He's all over the shop, but Dean's made his one move. Joe is down the inside, heading towards Stowe.
And Dean made his one move to the wrong side of the circuit. He should have kept it to that right-hand side of the track. Dean versus Joe then. They're going to have one more lap to fight this out. Just tap each other on the side of the door there. And Joe gets past Dean Wysocki. Dean now, can he fight back on Rabbit Joe? Into Club, they come down Vale. Dean a bit too far back to attack Joe now. But can he just maybe mount one attack this lap against Rabbit Joe? Joe's been coming and coming and coming. And Dean buckled under the pressure. Max Mulder though, 2:02.556. What an absolute blistering lap time that was, and he is on his way to winning yet another race this season. Dean now just needs to maybe put the anchors down and give it some on this lap.
Possibly so, but I don't know. Joe seems to have the edge over him, but Dean, he put up a fair fight, but in the end Joe had the better of him. But meanwhile, this man going through Maggots and Beckett's 2:02.5. What time? He's a second a lap faster than the next car, sorry, half a second than the next fastest car, which was Arjun. And Arjun needs to get rid of these silly mistakes because he's in P10, but he has the pace to run at the front.
He does indeed, and this will be 3 wins on the bounce for Max Mulder this season. Dean's not getting any closer to Rabbit Joe. I think it's going to be 5th place for Dean. I'm sure he'll still take that in terms of points, but him and Joe having a battle in the championship themselves. But Max then down through Stowe, down Vale, towards the final couple of corners of Club. He's been absolutely fantastic since he got past Bryn at the start of this race. Oh, just keeps it on the curb there. Doesn't get a track limit strike, but it's going to be another win, 3 in a row for Max Mulder. And it's one hand firmly on that championship now. He wins the race. Back to Dean and Joe through Cops. Dean's just not close enough. Exit Tibbs then. He's going to come through Club Corner now. It's a fantastic 2nd place, and with no Stealth Sloth, that is going to put him above Stealth Sloth in this championship battle. Bryn, back-to-back P3s here then as Dean and Rabbit Joe there getting even closer. Leon's getting close to the back of Smithy. There's battles happening all over. Dean and Joe 9/10 of a second. I think Joe's got this one done. Bryn now into Club. He's got a car in front of him. Not quite sure who that is. It might be KLF who's down in 13th place. But Bryn then, it is KLF 13th place. Bryn is going to cross the line for that P3. Kelly down in 13th place. He'll get to qualify a race to forget, I'm sure. And Rabbit Joe just has to get these sequence of corners absolutely bang on. And it's going to be 4th place for him. A great result for him. I'm sure Dean will take 5th place as well. And he'll take positives from a good battle. Rabbit Joe P4. Dean Wysocki P5. A good fight from them two in that one. Leon and Shane side by side as they come towards Stowe Corner. Leon's on the outside. Shane's going to take P6 in this race. It's Shane who gets 6th place. What about Smithy now? Can Smithy get it done on the inside in the first part of Club? Leon Fernie gets out of it. Smithy up into 7th now. These two have had their incidents in the past. And Smithy is going to hang on in there for a 7th place with Leon Fernie coming home in 8th. What a battle, Dan, that was.
Yeah, that was a very good one there for Smithy. A bit of a pride just to beat him there. Ukbar will come back across the line in 9th place. Arjun will take 10th. DJ Phil will take 11th, and Welshie bringing up the rear. Not last man to get lapped. The only man to get lapped was Kelly, obviously with damage. But what a race we had there. It was a bit dull at one point, but it all got very exciting towards the end. But massive respect to these two. Dean and Rabbit Joe put on a fantastic show. Smithy and Leon, with everything they've been through a couple of seasons ago, they had a good little scrap towards the end there, and Smithy was the man who came out on top.
Smithy did come out on top as well as that race ends then, and it is Max with the fastest lap, the only man in the 2:02s. And what a drive. The Dutchman from the American with the Brit on the podium as well in Bryn 85. We'll get a chat with them in a moment. Ukbar, Monkey Boy KLF cannot now win the championship, and Ukbar goes ahead of Monkey Boy in the championship standings, but we'll get you them results in just we'll bring you the championship standings after the break. And after this one then, Argent can qualify. Max will be at the back of the pack. Don't go anywhere. Join us back in about 5 minutes time for the rest of the action. Oh, I enjoyed that, and I need a wee.
Yeah, I need a poo.
Back in a sec.
When she named them cats.
I didn't.
Oh, I would have punched you with fucking head, but I know we did. I know we did, because that's when I was walking on the fucking street. I was pregnant with fucking Leslie.
No, we had Lex here, because you both called it.
No, it was only Demi. Lexi wasn't born yet. It was Demi who got to choose the names. Because she named him after that fucking Mickey Mouse clubhouse. I was pregnant with Lexi. Lexi hadn't been born yet. So we called Elizabeth Morton.
No one here. Nice win there, Max.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm back. Who's in it? Well done, Brent. Well done, Max.
Thank you, Bob. I thought I'd jump that start again.
Yeah, I didn't want to question it this time after last week. Right. Oh, Dan not back yet? No.
No, not ready.
He must have gone to it then. Back. Argentina went through.
Did they?
Mm.
Who did they play?
Poland. Ah, fuck. Argentina won 2-0. Bastard. What about the Poland score? The Mexico score. Mexico won. Right, so I won one bet.
Right, one bet on.
Yeah, I normally put like 10 quid in my betting account and then just see how much I come out with at the end of the World Cup. I'm currently in profit at the moment.
Oh, yeah? How much?
6-7 quid now. £6.60 in profit now.
Thought I messed that up.
Yeah, you had a spin, didn't you?
Yeah. Trying to get away from Max and Argent and then Get away from
he fucked his race, he did.
Argent, yeah.
Oh, God, man.
What did he do?
Just dropped it in like two of the most randomest places as well.
Well, I don't normally drop it where I did. Lost it.
Like, one was... So, where Shane span towards the end of that race,
Yeah.
Argent dropped it further on. Do you know, like, the other start straight where you come past the other pit lane?
Yeah.
Argent span on that little right-hand bend there.
Oh.
Like, you know, that's flat out.
Oh.
That, like...
Strange.
Yeah.
Did he get Kerbals? What?
I don't know. I didn't think that curb was that bad.
No.
But, yeah, it must have been. Right, reload that.
Hello.
What was Max's fastest lap in that race?
2 minute 02.5.
Oh, he doesn't get the race record.
Going.
He gets the quali record. Yeah, I think he's in the pie. I've not heard him.
Hello.
Hello, Max.
Hello. Right on the win, mate.
Thanks.
Guess what, Dan?
What?
Porsche still needs a win for its 50th.
How many? No, honestly, how many wins is the Audi away?
What, from equaling the Porsche or beating it?
Yeah.
To equal it, it needs 5. To beat it, it needs 6 wins.
Fuck me.
And there's what, 5 Pro-Am races and 6
Brands
Pro
Hatch,
races.
Brands Hatch as well. The Audi has the record online.
Wow.
So even if like myself or Max or Jamie or even Leon Fernie gets a win,
I know Tay did say a little each.
It might. Fucking useless. It might beat the Porsche.
Well, the Audi, if Leon gets pole in this qualifying, it'll be equal with the BMW on 37.
No pressure, Leon. Actually, no.
Sam.
Keep an eye out, folk. But
Right. And Argent.
Can Shane qualify or not?
Was he top 7? Yes, he was, so no, he can't.
No, I don't think he wasn't sure.
2025.
Monkey Boy said in the chat his pedal decided not to work, so he couldn't pull away.
Oh, nice.
Right.
No, not what I wanted.
Full screen that.
That could have been awkward.
Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen, to SimPlay Motorsport here for round 20 of the season. 5 races left to go, and Max is nearly there. I don't think it can be done tonight. I think he'll have to wait till next week. He is 108 points clear of Argent, needs 27 points in this race to outscore Argent by, and then he'll be champion. But that 27 points includes a point for pole position, which he cannot get, so it will go to Brands Hatch next week. Argent second place. Shane still in with a shout to mathematically winning the championship, but he is a long way behind. 119. He's only 9 points himself behind Kieran Argent. So that one could be even more exciting. Kelly's 4th with Bookbar moving into 5th without Monkey Boy being able to start that race by 3 points. Dean is some 25 behind Monkey Boy, so that battle's on. 25 points down in 5 races for Dean to beat Monkey Boy. Can he get it done? Rabbit Joe is some 12 behind Dean Wasaki. Leon Fernie 9th on 143. 10 clear of DJ Phil. Bryn now up to 11th. 4 behind DJ Phil. You get a feeling Bryn's pace tonight could put him into that top 10. Welsh's on 127 as Bryn jumps him. Smithy's on 119. He's only 8 behind his rival. Bozzy Boy now tied with Tibbs as Tibbs moves above Stealth Sloth and will soon be on the back of Bozzy Boy. Stelsoft bringing up the rear in 16th place. And as for the Constructors' Championship, the SRL Racing Team are 109 clear of Audio Sport and 2 Old Pros. Long way to go still in that one, though. A lot more points up for grabs. They, though, are being caught by the SFA Acora team and the Super Crash Bros, who are now a point off the back of the Acora team of Smithy and Argent in that Constructors' battle for second place. Terminal Velocity Racing P5 as well, so can they gain even more points? Wakasaki Racing, MC Motorsport and SimPlay Racing cannot now win the championship. And we're joined by Max and Bryn, and we'll start with Bryn. And Bryn, another cracking start to your race. It was another one which was pretty much on the edge of being a jump start.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I had again. I'm like, oh no.
But good race from yourself. An early spin kind of put to bed a fight with Max and Argent, but a good recovery to come back to third.
Yeah, I pitted earlier, so it allowed me to jump a lot of people going into pits. So.
I want to quickly apologise to Bryn. I did put you for a race winner, so that probably didn't help you in the first place.
No, you jinxed me.
Good pace in the Ferrari though. You and your teammate had cracking pace out there in that race, and
yeah, we did. Shame about Shane. I think he had a few issues, but yeah.
Going into race 2, you're going to be starting towards the back end of the grid. It looks like. What can you do from there?
Well, I'll aim for, I'd say top 3 again, but I'll go top 5.
Top 5. Well, best of luck, Bryn. We can't wait to see if you can get that one done. Well done on the first race.
Thank you.
And we're joined as well by Max. And Max, it's pretty much 2 hands on the trophy at the moment, but it can't be quite done this week.
Yeah, I just tried my best and I hope for the good results.
Good race win, though. It wasn't made easy at the start by Bryn and Kieran. They give you a hard fight until you managed to get into the lead.
Yeah, the first laps were a bit difficult, but when I got into the free air, it was not easy, but it was more easy than the first laps.
Go on, sorry, Dan.
It's one of the Porsche to get to its 50th win. Do you think that between some of the drivers in the Pro and yourself, do you reckon you could pass the Audi with the Audi before the Porsche gets there? That's the question.
I will do my best for it.
Race 2 looks like you're starting mid-pack. What can you do from there?
I'm going for the win.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, buddy. Go and get them.
Thanks.
So Max and Brent very pleased with their races. Max is going for the win. And Dan, the Audi, 6 wins from getting to 50, 5 wins from equaling the Porsche. I know this is one that's biting away at you because you won 2 championships in the Porsche. And you really want the Porsche to get there, but it can't seem to get over that line.
I don't know what to make of it, to be honest. Obviously, both cars I've raced in, I prefer the Porsche. I enjoy driving the Porsche more, but the Audi is I kind of want to beat it now just because it's just there to be beaten, you know? It's just like when you have that carrot just dangling in front of you, you're just got to have a bite at the carrot and see if you can get it. But Arjun goes at 2:02.3. We know Ugbar can beat that. And Ugbar, KLF, DJ Field, Monkey Boy, currently the only one's out on track. Out. But no, this car could take 1 step closer to pole position. Ginetta not too far away from its landmark either. So it comes across the line, then goes top of the session. So Ugbar looking possibly for that pole position. How many is it on? I believe it's on 48. Sorry, the Ugbar, the Ginetta. How many poles does he
23. It needs 2 more for 25. So Ugbar putting that in a good position. Leon Fernie can go out in qualifying here, but isn't yet. So Leon Fernie can qualify, but hasn't gone out on track yet at this moment.
I've got an interesting question. How many pole positions does the Porsche have?
It's only 2 ahead of the Audi at the minute. The Porsche has 38 pole positions. The BMW 37, the Audi 36.
Okay, so basically what I'm trying to get at here is obviously Lamborghini Lamborghini and Porsche are all owned by the Volkswagen owners group. And the out front, possibly the best of those cars, Italian as well. The 2 cars that have a very high rivalry, the Porsche and the Audi, obviously with Le Mans trying to be the top dog in the Volkswagen group as well. They're both battling it out for most wins well, first to 50 wins.
First to 50 wins and first to 50 poles.
25. Yeah, is it 50 poles? Is it?
It's because 38 and 36.
So, which one would do it first? The Porsche 911 that's had big use earlier on in the season's gone, and now it's been died out, and now the Audi seems to be the favoured car. Can that get pole position as well before the Porsche and the win? This is a great scrap. Forget the drivers, forget the teams. I'm focused on manufacturers.
Who can get to 50
Porsche
first?
versus Audi. Audi really needs to put a stomp on Porsche here, because they will be in F1 at some point, and Porsche didn't get to it. As Kelly takes more time limits through there.
Argent's gone P1 at the minute with a 2:02.1, so a tenth and a half, just quicker than Ukbar at the moment.
The Japanese have to get involved.
And Leon Fernie not gone out on track. I don't think he's going to get. He's got time to get out there and get a lap in, but doesn't look that way at the minute, which is going to keep Max P6 then. And wow, Max P6. That's a real. That's a juicy grid position to be in. I'm just wondering, Dan, is if that carrot's going to dangle for the Porsche a bit longer, and race 1 ACC Pro-Am maybe. Anybody in a Porsche driver fancy a race win? 50th on the 50th win at the very first win of an ACC season.
Well, luckily neither one are in F1 at the minute. Possibly when it comes to 2026,
yes.
We might be still having this discussion when Audi eventually gets to F1. But I really don't know. I don't know which one I want. I want to get in the McLaren and make it more interesting.
Well, the McLaren's only on 26, so arguably in a 24 race season, the McLaren can get to 50 race wins before the Porsche. So we'll have to wait and see.
That has to be the most stonking season ever.
It's a win every race, isn't it? So
it is.
The 720S though is a good car on ACC. So hey, you never know. We shall see, I suppose. And as we go into this one, just to point out what Dan was saying as well about the Porsche sort of dying off compared to the Audi. The Porsches had made 76 appearances this season compared to the Audi's 96. If you'd have took that to the first 4 seasons, there'd have probably been very little Audis, maybe just Jamie, but a heck of a lot of Porsche starts.
I mean, I think, what did Jamie run season 1? He ran...
Lamborghini season 1 and 2. I think went Audi season 3 with Liam.
I don't think any Audi got picked until season 3.
No, if I remember right, you're correct.
Because I believe myself, Little Leach, and Gary with Porsche.
Yeah.
Started with Lamborghini with Phil.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a lot of Mercedes.
Yeah.
We even had the GTR with Emo Guy and
the GTR's made 31 appearances here at SimPlay Motorsport. Proves the Mercedes dominance and why people pick the Mercedes. 857 as Ukbar goes provisional pole by 0.02 of a second. Wow. That is tight. Leon Fernie will not get out there in qualifying then, so that helps his teammates out a little bit. Ooh.
One more away, and Ginetta will be. If he can hold this pole, the Ginetta will be 1 away from 25.
Indeed, it will. And 1 away from 25 is a massive. I say a massive achievement. To say this is the last time we'll see the Ginetta racing, it will be an achievement nonetheless. Kelly to the line. He improves by half a second. Goes ahead of DJ Phil. But it's all about this man Welshie. Can he get a lap time in? And Argy Bargy at the minute.
Monkey Boy to the line. He's going to get a lap here. But it's not faster than DJ Phil. Monkey Boy really struggling here.
Yeah, he's done. Monkey Boy's done. So Welshie has the chance to beat Monkey Boy here then. Ukbar, Dan. Purple sector 1. Argent first to finish his lap. Needs a absolutely stonking final sector because Ukbar was 9/10 of a second quicker through the first.
9/10.
9/10 quicker through sector 1. Ukbar was. He lost a 10th in sector 2. Did Ukbar? Even DJ Phil was quicker than Argent in sector 1 by 7/10 of a second.
Where's the Ginetta? Suddenly lit up. Argent to the line. No improvement.
No improvement.
In trouble here.
He is in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble then. Ukbar will be the next to cross the line. Is this going to be in the 201s? I reckon so, you know. Here he comes.
He's just got to get club right. And then once he's got club right, he's to the line. Ukbar in the Ginetta. What can he do?
And it is a fastest lap. He improves just by a bit. We've lost Leon Fernie. He has got time to get back in briefly at the end of this qualifying session while we wait for Welshie is the next man to cross the line. Where will Welshie go on the grid? Kelly and Phil are still on a lap. Welshie coming to the line now. This will promote Dean to 13th, not 14th. Here comes Welshie. Can he get in front to Monkey Boy? That's the question. Welshie to the line now. Crosses it. I always go early. And goes P6.
DJ Phil now was a 10th down in Sector 2. I think he's going to go further down as well as KLF has lost time also. He's back into the pits. So KLF will start third. DJ Phil, I think, will start alongside with him. As towards the line comes DJ Phil. Will he improve? No, I don't think so.
No, he stays P4. So Kelly will start third. DJ Phil will start P4. Good luck for him. But one pole position for the Ginetta, and it gets to its 25th. And I have to say there, Argent could have maybe pulled a point back on Max, but he doesn't. So front row, Argent, Ugbars. Row 2, Kelly, DJ Phil. Row 3, Monkey Boy, Welshie. Row 4, Max and Shane. Row 5, Exit Tibbs and Smithy. Row 6, Bryn and Rabbit Joe. Row 7 on his own, Dean Wasocki, after we have lost Leon Fernie from this race. He did make his 50th in race 1, and we will not see him for race 2. Biggs was Audi season 1, Jamie said in the chat. Afternoon, good evening to Tracy as well.
Can we? That's the challenge, I think. Can we remember what everybody drove in season 1?
Oh, I've got it. I could tell you now off the bat.
No, what? Without looking at your sheet?
Yeah. Without looking at my sheet, yeah.
Oh,
you tell me a driver, and I'll tell you what they drove.
Okay. Monkey Boy.
Monkey Boy was in the Acura.
Dean.
Acura.
Gary.
Porsche.
Leach.
Porsche.
Sati.
Lamborghini with Phil.
Peaceful.
Mercedes with Kieran.
Myself.
You was in the Porsche.
Emo guy.
In the Nissan with Fury.
Who am I missing now? Biggs.
Biggs was in the Audi.
So the Audi did make an appearance in season 1?
Yeah, it's only because Jamie said so a moment ago. I said that just before we did this little thing. PN in the chat. Yeah, I think that was about it season 1 because we didn't have a full grid. PN, tell you, I'm testing cars on ACC to retire the V12 Aston, but I'm liking the NSX Ferrari and the 911. He says, Tibbs, the 911 is the only car I can drive good in ACC. So there we go. Tibbs maybe on ACC. That'll be a good one to see. But he's saying, I don't know if I've tried the NSX. We won't be doing the GT Force PM because it is a DLC. Season 1 will be GT3s.
I think I'll make a debut for the Lexus.
Oh, that'll be an interesting one. Overtaker, sup fellow sim racers. How's it going, buddy? Hope you're well. Round 20 of 24, 5 races to go. We are green and go here, and who gets the best start? It looks like Welshie from a little further back, but got a wiggle and tucks back in. Kelly as well from row 2, gets himself ahead of Ugbar and Arjun as they head into turn 1. It's KLF who gets a demon start and leads already. Wow, that was Max Mulder's Audi going very wide. He's going to have to yield off that and tuck back in at the back of the pack, you'd imagine there, as he comes back in now, down in 11th place. So yes, he has done indeed then.
Car's gone round, who's gone round? I think it's
all
sorts of chaos.
Shane, Monkey Boy, big damage to them too. I think was Welshie involved. I'm not sure. Dean's now up to 9th.
And Max has managed to get away with all that one. Was it possibly due to Max rejoin? I don't know. Possibly not. But it is KLF who leads the way, and there's
2 spinners. Yeah, that is, I believe, Dean Wasocki and Welshie who's had a spin. Is it? Yes, it is then. So them two have had a spin like they did in race 1, and to the back of the pack they go once again. They've got work to do. Tibbs is up to 5th, ahead of Bryn and Max, but it's DJ Phil with Argent and Uckbar in front. He did have a big start there. Kelly jump start, says Jamie. Is that true? Or is that just a question you are asking?
We don't know, unless someone is streaming. I don't think anyone's streaming on this one. But like I said, drivers put the driver stream in. But Kelly has been wanting to try and nail these race starts as best he can so he can get the advantage. Has he gone again a little bit too soon? Has he been trying too hard with these race starts?
Has he indeed? Then he struggled in race 1 with the track of Silverstone just doesn't seem to be getting to grips with it. And now, in race 2, can he get it done again here? Has he jumped the start or has he not? Tibbs pulls out now. We're looking for that Porsche 50th race win. Tibbs, side by side with DJ Phil. Argent's got past Ukbar on this lap. And Jamie's asking the question. And Tibbs gets past Phil. Job done. Bryn's now up into 3rd. What's happened to Ukbar and DJ Phil? Where have they just disappeared to?
They've both gone wide. Whereas Kelly, he's still out on track, so he hasn't got a drive-through as of yet. But Bryn's got the job done on Tibbs. But there's Max as well. Max is going around the outside of Club. He's not going to get the job done there, especially not on the Porsche. So good start from Bryn. Once again, what's happened to Argent?
What has happened to Argent? The same place as race 1, Dan. Owen rejoining, he span around again. And that is Ukbar, who's had another mistake. And then, did them two come together? Smithy and Shane in the pits.
They are both in the pits. Kelly has had a breakthrough start there. He's pulled away. If he'd had the drive-through, I think he would have served it straight away. But now Bryn is going to try and hold up Tibbs and Max. And both these two were at the top 2. All 3 of these guys were your podium runners. And they've only got 1 car to pass now, KLF. So brilliant start from these 3 to put themselves back up the back.
Indeed it is then, and they come down the Wellington straight. Shane's already out the pit. Smithy still in. A look at DJ Phil defending from Rabbit Joe. And Dean and Welsh, he was...
twice there. I think Phil moved twice. I saw Joe move once, and then Phil moved again. So I think Phil has moved a little bit one too many times there.
Just jotting that one down.
As he heads towards Brooklands, but right now it's Max Mulder, Tibbs, all trying to find a way past on Bryn, who are all slowly catching KLF.
Yeah, they are slowly catching KLF. Beastie Gaming in the chat saying, let's go Tibbs. As I do believe if Kelly got a drive-through, he would have pitted. But here's Dean, who had a spin race in lap 1. He's ahead of Argent, and Argent's night has gone from bad to worse, Dan.
It has just gone from bad to worse. I think sometimes he's his worst home enemy at times. He just makes the silly errors that he does not need to be making. Right now, though, Kelly just seems to struggle through Cops all the way down to Stowe. This is where he seems to be at his slowest, and these guys just creeping on him right now.
Yeah, Bryn's just gapping Tibbs a little bit on that last lap, and here comes Joe in towards Stowe corner then. And he's just patiently waiting to make a move on DJ Phil. Max Mulder now looking up the inside at Club, but he's going to be on the outside for the second part of the corner. And Tibbs knows where to park the car, knows where to let Tibbs have the time and the place. And Max Mulder has to once again just tuck in behind exit Tibbs. He now pulls out to have a look on Tibbs in towards Abbey and can't get that move done. Tibbs just got enough pace in that Porsche at the minute.
Oh, he's had a wiggle though. He had a slight wiggle going into Abbey, and Max was just not able to deliver it there, but he heads towards Village. He's down the inside, and he gets the job done by the looks of things as I change camera at the worst time. And Max there. Oh, he has a wiggle!
Yeah, Max, a there. Big wiggle, and that invites Tibbs back up the inside, through the loop, and onto Aintree corner they come, down the Welly straight. I think Tibbs has just got the front right on the back bumper of Max, and I think they are just side by side. No, they are well side by side. Bryn just slowly pulling away from these two. Tibbs back up the inside at Brooklands, and that is thank you Rudolph for the carrots as he moves up in the inside at Brooklands. Dan, told you I'd get it in. Yes.
Is that what you were waiting for?
Yes. Thank Rudolph for the carrots, Dan. Yes, it's in there.
But while these two are too busy racing with one another, and let me say they're having a fantastic fight right now. This is allowing KLF and Bryn to pull away. Bryn has caught Kelly quick. Meanwhile, Rabbit Joe is still stuck behind DJ Phil behind them. As Max has got to run.
Max has got to run then down towards Maggots and Beckett's. He's going to be on the outside for the first part. Will he give Tibbs the space? No. Great move, Max, and manages to get it stopped on the track just as they come through Brooklands. It's gone a little wide. Does that invite Max to have a look? No, it doesn't. He's a bit wide again, though, into Chapel. That would have given Tibbs a better run out the corner, but Max now up into P3.
And Kelly's trying to break the toe. He moves to the inside, but he probably puts himself off. But either way, the pit window will open on the end of lap 4, and Welshie's in the pits for some time. I think he's got major damage.
Yeah, I think
there.
him and Shane, I think, had big damage. I wonder if it was Smithy, the other car that was involved, because them three are the three that came in early after that lap 1 incident. Tibbs getting close to the back of Max again, under braking. And Bryn now getting right on the back of KLF here. Bryn will want to get past Kelly as quick as he can to start pulling away before Max gets on the back.
Yeah, he does.
Peaceful Explosion was saying that KLF, one of the hardest men to pass. We've not seen Mike in the chat tonight, to be fair. Kelly, though, one of the hardest men to pass on track, Mike Matthews said. As Kelly goes defensive towards Village. Yeah, I'm there. I'm with you. I'm with you. Oh, hello!
Brin!
What a move! A little lunge up the inside. Such the apex would be proud of that one.
He caught KLF napping there, caught him off guard there, and Max now has a run on Kelly as well as they head towards Brooklands once again. And Kelly looks a little bit offline, so that he can't defend, and Max is going to send this well into Brooklands.
He has, and he's did he tap the back of Bryn there?
I think he might have had a wiggle, and Bryn comes off worse, and Exit Tibbs is coming through.
Tibbs back through on Max, and he taps Kelly, and Kelly's round, and it's all a bit pro-am from these four.
It was a little bit Exit Tibbs down the inside, and I don't think Kelly was expecting him to still be there. Rabbit Joe's gone through as he's past DJ Phil now, and Kelly was leading this race, and he's now dropped down to P5. Exit Tibbs gives him a little tap in the middle of Luffield, and around he goes.
What lap are we on? We're on lap 4. Sorry, Dan, I'm just jotting these down. There we go, just jotted them two down then. So it's Tibbs from Max, from Bryn, from Joe, from Kelly now. Kelly doing a stellar defensive job. Bryn really got one sent up the inside of Kelly. That kind of started a chain of events.
Well, one thing I do have to mention, Matt, remember earlier on, Shane had major damage. Caught a first lap incident on his own, 2032. Argent 2034. As he had to fight with DJ Phil.
Has Argent just lost out to Phil there?
No, he's trying to pass Phil. We go back to the leaders because Max is like he was close. But keep an eye on Shane, 2032.
Bryn pitted early in the first race. He's done the same thing now. He's got his pit stop out of the way. Tibbs a wiggle on the curb, and that invites Max through. He doesn't need a second invitation. Job done. We're thanking Rudolph for some more carrots, I do believe.
We've got a lot of cars in the pits. KLF's in. I believe also... I know we don't have a lot of cars in. It's just Bryn and KLF. Both of them going to look like a load of cars are coming into the pits. But it is now Max Mulder taking back the race lead. But I still think we need to keep an eye on the likes of Argent and Shane in the background. So Argent's already gone through.
Well, Argent's not pitted yet, so he's still got to pit. Whereas Shane had that big incident, you remember at the start with Welshie. And that then could put Shane back into some places here. Bryn's out the pits behind in P7 behind DJ Phil and RG Bargy. There he is rejoining the circuit. Kelly comes out just behind Shane, so Shane jumps Kelly.
Yeah, so Shane is one to keep an eye on. He did have a little bit of movement, I think, at the end of the lap. Max is not pulling away from Exit Tibbs. Exit Tibbs is sticking with him.
Oh, no! Oh, big shunt! Just touches the curb and a big hit into the wall. Welshie will unlap himself, I do believe that was. There's Rabbit Joe who goes through. There's Ukbar that goes through. And Dean Wasocki is just a bit behind you. Imagine Tibbs is going to be in the pits. There's Dean and Argy Bargy then. But that helps Bryn out for a P2 in this race. And does that give Max another race win?
I don't think it's still going to be that easy. I think Argent, he did pit, I think, earlier on.
No, it was Smithy in.
Sorry, so it was Smithy. Shane is the one to keep an eye on then with clear air as Exit Tibbs is just trying to stay well out of the way with damage to the front of this car.
He's really struggling. He's really struggling there, and he was well offline, staying out of the way. Really, really struggling is Tibbs, but he'll score some points. He'll move out of Bozzy Boy in the standings, so top 14 at the minute. Can he gain on Smithy in this race? That's the question. Can he gain points over Smithy? Where's Monkey Boy in this race? He's 11th, Dan.
Yeah, he's not having a good one, but I think he was involved with those...
Oh, he's had a moment.
Yeah, he's had a moment. Has he got damage at the front of that car?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of damage. So, the Porsche was meant to be the strongest car around here, and it's turning out not to be.
Well, Welshie's back in the pits.
Max last lap, 2022.
Yeah, rapid.
I think that's the record now.
I believe that's the race record. I'll tell you now.
What's the driver? Who have we lost? Someone's
Tibbs.
sped in the pit lane.
We've lost Tibbs. Tibbs.
He's been disqualified.
I wonder if he's touched the grass, Dan, struggling to turn. I wonder if he's touched the grass and span and gone in backwards, Dan.
Yeah, possibly so.
So we've lost Tibbs, disqualified from this race, and no points for him in this one, but it will go down as a race stall. That's a shame for Tibbs. He was going so well. Monkey Boy, though, in the pits at the end of lap 5. His night's going for back to us. He's only 25 points clear of Dean in this Drivers' Championship at the moment, and Dean currently running up in P4.
Well, she's back in the pits as well. So these guys at the minute, Shane and KLF, are the ones to keep an eye on. They're the ones that pitted early on in this race.
Look at Rabbit Joe, Upbar Dean and Argent's last laps. 2049, 2042, 2046, 2044. Nothing to separate them.
Should be an interesting race between those guys then, but I'd keep an eye on Shane and Kelly because, like I said, these two.
Oh, we've lost Welshie. Welshie's gone.
That's a.
That is a surprise.
That's a. Did he retire?
It's not come up saying disconnection. It's not like Welshie. Yeah, so if that's unlike me, but I'm having to retire, having wheel issues, can't keep it on track. He's just messaged me.
Okay, so hardware, so we might be able.
Yeah, so if that's hardware, then that will not be a qualifying ban. Tibbs got disqualified, so that's not a qualifying ban. So they will both be able to qualify. And like Welshie, he's not one to retire, is Welshie. In fact, Welshie is one that really fights for drivers to finish races and get to the end. So we're down to 11, and that will put Smithy even closer to Welshie on the on the leaderboard.
Mulder, once again, 2021. He's flying out there. He really wants this record, just to be sure.
Well, he's got the record. The record was a 202, but I think it was like a mid 202. As Rabbit Joe's in at the end of lap 6, Dean Wysocki carries on. Argent comes in right then. Dean and Upbar. Argent and Joe have pitted. When are you thinking about bringing it in? I'd be looking any time soon. Maybe jump them in the pits.
Let's see where Kelly and Shane comes out of this. Rabbit Joe is now coming out of the pits. He's P2. Where's he going to be compared to Shane and Kelly? They're now coming down towards the end of the start straight. Rabbit Joe is going to be right in this scrap. He's off the limiter.
Shane's done him. Kelly's done him. I think they've done him, yeah. Oh, yeah, he is. Kelly went a little wide through Farm, and that puts Joe maybe just having to be patient on the throttle a bit there.
Remember, Joe, you've got low pressures, cold tyres as well. You need to get that car back in its right window. And
Dan, Bryn as well. If we look behind Joe, there's Bryn. Not a million miles away, 4 seconds behind with Argy Bargy. So these three, there's Bryn. There then is Argent.
These guys really need to just kind of get their heads together and just focus on getting some lap times underneath them. But Max Mulder, though, was just... I think if he pits now, he'll be well out in front of these guys.
Oh, 100%. 2:02.3 was the race record from Fury. Max Mulder has the race record and the qualifying record for Silverstone then. And these records, don't worry, they will stay. Because we're doing GT3 on AC, yes, it's a different game. The records will still stay. It's not that we're going to do new records. Same cars, same tracks, just a different game. So even though it's a different game, the records will stay. The most successful drivers will stay. It's the similar tracks. We might have to add most success in terms of other cars around the same sort of circuits as well to really give it just a fun fact. It might be stats that we bring you in the off-season. Has Shane from Kelly from Joe.
You're going to have to say, obviously, ACC's... I think we figured out that some games are actually slower than others. I believe ACC is slightly slower.
I think a little bit, yeah. I think a little bit.
We might have to do a separate spreadsheet saying that these guys have been successful here.
Well,
the
Dean...
fastest lap on the Project Cars setup.
Yeah, we can surely do that. Dean then answers back to Argent and Joe's pit stop. He's come in himself. There's Tibbs' smashed up car in the pits. Dean into the pit lane, gets it stopped. How good's this stop? DJ Phil will go through and be on the podium at the minute while we wait for Dean to get away. Dean's away now. Decent stop. I think Dean's going to be on the back of these three now as Joe looking on the back of Kelly in towards Abby. Dean's been passed by Shane. Here comes Joe and Kelly through Abby they go. Both on the brakes. They both just rubbed us a little bit, do they there? Where's Dean going to pop up? He's just a bit off the back of Joe as he was before the stops, but he stays ahead of Argent and Dean crucially jumps Bryn.
Joe had to go down to first gear there. Kelly a little bit all over the place in the braking zone ever so slightly, but Joe now replaced past Kelly, and that's just allowed Shane to just disappear. He's gone.
Yeah, he has gone, and we've got now, there's Shane, there's Kelly, there's Joe, there's Dean, there's Bryn, there's Argy Bargy. We've got a real race on our hands, and Upbar, when he pits, is going to feed out into this same battle.
Definitely so, and they're all catching DJ Phil, who's still yet to pit. He's 2 seconds a lap slower than Shane in a minute.
He is indeed. So yeah, Max still to pit, Leon's not in this race. DJ still to pit, Upbar still to pit. So the top three not yet pitted. And I wonder then, Dan, when are these drivers going to think of a pit stop here? Joe and Kelly having an awesome scrap. Dean's just 2 seconds off the back of him. He's bringing Bryn with him, who's bringing Argent with him. Smithy's not a million miles away on the back of Argent. And Max pulls the trigger now. So Max is in at the end of lap 8. Ukbar.
When does Ukbar come in?
Well, this is the interesting thing now, Dan. Ukbar takes the net lead of this race. Does DJ Phil get past Max on the net lead for the net second place as well? If that's the case, that'll be really close towards Max. And will Max sort of have to fight? We know how hard a fighter DJ Phil is.
How quick has Max stopped? He's gone.
Oh, he's going to clear Phil. No, he's cleared Phil.
Yeah, he should be fine. I was going to say, if Phil did the correct game there. Oh, this is Rabbit Joe. He's now making a move on Kelly into the chicane. This gives me highlights of Gary and myself.
Yeah.
2 Porsches.
Indeed, it does. It's got that vibe about it. Yeah, just in the day and in 2 different colours. As Kelly and Joe then battling once again. These two have had many scraps. You remember season 3 at Bathurst when these two fought for the championship? What a season that was. They're back at it now. Dean and Bryn are only 2 seconds off the back. They're having their own little scrap in the background as well. So battles for 5th and 6th. And Dean's had a moment.
Dean has had a moment. He's touched a curb or something and he's gone round. That's a weird place to drop it, and it's probably touching the curb. So Dean has gone round as Rabbit Joe is still trying to find a way on Kelly, but can't seem to do so.
Kelly, like we said, one of the toughest defenders. So there's Shane, there's Kelly, there's Joe, there's Bryn, there's Argent. There is now Dean Wysocki. He's got to build that pace and gain on the back of these guys. He's going to still gain points over Monkey Boy in this one. Ukbar and Phil to pit. They're both teammates, can't pit on the same lap. So when do they choose to box with each other?
Ukbar needs to think this through a little bit. He might be out in front in clean air, but if he has a bad lap, if he has a scruffy lap, he could possibly drop behind Rabbit Joe and into the clutches of Bryn.
Depending on the pit stop, could be behind Argent if it's a 30-second in and out. Argent, 29 seconds.
Oh,
who's that? Oh, Dean's had another moment. So Smithy now gets past. Dean has got to now switch back on. He's well ahead of Monkey Boy. Can he now just switch back on, get ahead of Smithy? Oh, no! Well, we said you need a good stop, and that is not the way to do it.
Oh, my God.
Lap 9, Ukbar clips the wall coming in under pit entry. All on his own.
Yeah, all on his own. That's going to drop him right into the clutches of Argent, Smithy. It's not good for him there.
He's going to be around, he's going to be around the Smithy-Dean battle, I reckon. Smithy 11 seconds behind Argent, so I reckon that's going to come out Smithy-Dean sort of territory. That's repairing the damage. And here come, look, the long gaggle of cars.
Oh, it wasn't too bad, so we will just drop behind Argent, I reckon.
Yeah, Dean and Smithy coming through Stone now. There's Bryn, there's Argent exiting the final corner. So Rabbit Joe's through, Bryn's going to come through now, and there's Argent.
Last lap, fastest. Oh no, Argent was fastest last lap, but Kelly is now
in
the 203s.
Just ahead of Argent. So good stop. Good stop. Not as much damage as we may have thought there then, Dan.
No, possibly not. I know for a fact that... Oh, he's had a wiggle.
Yeah. Cold tyres coming out the pit lane, that.
Yeah, definitely so. Especially in these cooler conditions at night as well. Late into the night as well, so it will be even cooler.
Hello, Argy Bargy. Sorry, Dan.
Yeah. Bryn's not had the best of laps either. He's fallen into the clutches of Argent here. Yeah, I think... what Overtake used to tell me is that to try and help him get a quicker stop, if he knew he didn't have the engine damage, just give the wall a little graze so he give himself a little bit of damage. Do you think Ukbar attempted something similar to that and it's gone horribly wrong, or was that genuinely a mistake?
I think that was genuinely a mistake, but I purely think he's lost more time there and would have... If he doesn't graze the wall and has a normal stop, he comes out in the middle of this fight. Joe's lost time to Kelly, so Joe must have made a mistake somewhere. He would have come out in the middle of this fight, I think, of Joe and Kelly, Ukbar, if he didn't have that spin and graze the wall. Think how much time he lost. I think it was a mistake. Dean's lost another 6 seconds to Smithy here, so Dean, again, having another problem. This man is the only man left to pit then in this race.
Yeah, last man to pit, and what's he going to do? He's in a situation where he's being hunted down by cars. Is he going to try and help his teammate, or is he just going to get out of the way? He's getting out the way.
So DJ Phil's going to come in the pits then, and it is going to be Shane who's going to take that second place, and Rabbit Joe's going to be, KLF's going to be on the podium with him. The question is, can Rabbit Joe get closer to KLF? Will Bryn catch down Rabbit Joe? Will Argent catch Bryn? Will Ukbar catch Argent? And then Smithy's about 11 seconds behind, so I don't think he's going to get much more in this one then. Max out front though, 2:03.2s. He is just flying. Kelly, a 2:03.7 again for Kelly. So good pace from KLF. Now then, Smithy's coming through club, as is Dean Wysocki. 60 kilometres an hour for DJ Phil. Smithy will fly past Will Dean.
Possibly so. I don't know. Dean might be a little bit too far behind. DJ Phil is at the bottom of the exit.
He's off the limiter.
There is Dean. There is Phil.
Come on, for Tony. For Fury's granddad. Let's see the magic moment.
The magic movie moment.
The magic movie moment. Oh, Dean just a little wide there. On the brakes, over the curbs. And back on the power. Very similar in pace, these two cars, in terms of top speed. And we'll see what they can do. Max 14 seconds ahead of Shane. Kelly's 2 seconds off the back of Shane. Joe right on the rear bumper of KLF now. And Argent gaining on the back of Bryn once again, Dan.
I think that stayed the same as Ukbar, who dropped off the pace a little bit. Meanwhile, we go back to the most interesting bit. Dean and DJ Phil, as DJ Phil runs a little bit wide through Luffield as we go through Woodstock, but I think Phil might just hang on to that for a minute. Rabbit Joe's as close as he's ever been to KLF here.
Gets a good run onto the hanger straight and down towards Stowe. Kelly commits that right-hand side. Joe's going to have to go the outside around it. And it's not necessarily the worst thing. Kelly allowed to come back across in the braking zone there. That's what Kelly does. Joe wasn't alongside him, so he's free to do that. Stays within the track limits. And down towards Club Corner through Vale. There you go. Shane's just in the foreground, so not a million miles away is Shane at the minute. But Rabbit Joe and Kelly having a titanic battle.
Yeah, definitely so. I don't know if Joe might still be in the party with Kelly, so he might be communicating with him possibly. So it could be an interesting fight between these two. Argent's lost pace to Bryn ever so slightly. Bryn's now extended that gap. It's Argent not the best of that. Bryn 2:04.4, 2:03.8, but he's somehow lost time. That's an interesting one. Oh, it's Joe very late on the brakes into Village.
Very late indeed, and manages to not put it into the back of Kelly's Porsche there. Kelly gets a better, he's got a better exit here though, look, Dan. He's just gapped Joe a little bit by Joe going that bit deeper. He's just managed to extend that gap. Argent, Ukbar, Bryn, they're all quite spaced out still, and DJ Phil's actually gapped Dean a little bit. Oh! Sliding. I think
just struggling ever so slightly with grip at the minute, especially after he pitted. Don't know if he's done a tyre change or maybe his pressure has just gone a little bit weird at the minute. The man who's currently way out in front is Max Mulder with a comfortable gap, and that's possibly going to give the Audi another win and possibly closer to the Porsche once again.
Yeah, 4 wins behind the Porsche, 5 wins from beating the Porsche.
And it's funny. Porsche Pro to fight back.
It's funny
Shane's
that
had
this.
a moment.
Shane, he has had a moment. Kelly's right on the back of him as we've lost an orthodubs from the session. What a retirement that is for Dan, and that'll go down. That's qualifying ban for tomorrow night. Yes, get him.
You would love that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I really would. Yeah, as
you've seen my lap time as well.
Yeah, I mean we're all pretty much close together. I've not done a quali run yet, so I'm not too sure. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. Dean Wysocki, he's one of our own, says Jamie Brazier. Indeed he is. And this Dan, as an orthodubs gets back in the session, I don't care what he says, it's still a qualifying ban for tomorrow night. And this Dan as well, with Jamie's comment there, he's one of our own about Dean Wysocki. Going back to the comment we made about Project Cars earlier, it's nice to see the likes of Dean and Joe, Shane, Bryn, be at SimPlay Motorsport and see how they've grown from season 1 to now.
Yeah, especially the likes of Dean. Like from day one, he's been here and he's managed to progress himself this far into the series. I don't know who we're watching at the minute. I just know that I'm staring at a Silverstone screen at the minute.
We're on Rabbit Joe.
That's good. There's some form of...
Oh, sorry, Bryn's made a mistake somewhere. He's dropped behind Dean and DJ, Phil and Smithy. So I'm not sure what has happened, but Bryn, Ukbar's back in the pits.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
So I don't know what has happened here. Ukbar's in the pits. Bryn is behind Dean. Dean's 2 seconds to DJ Phil, and Smithy's now in the top 6. There we go. We're back on now. Dan's back in.
Yeah, not sure what's happened there. I accidentally hit the circle button. And where is Bryn?
He's in the pits as well. Now, Bryn was ahead of Argent. Argy Bargy's car, no, it seems to be all right. Smithy's up in 6th place. It's them overtaker pad settings, mate. Telling you, 6th and 7th.
That's good points for Smithy here tonight.
Very.
I mean, he's not
Driver
been the fastest, even though he's saying that. He's 2:06.8 from him.
Driver of the day worthy from Smithy, to be fair, in all fairness.
Very much so.
Dean, losing pace to DJ Phil. That gap's now 3 seconds. Kelly, don't know what it is about race 2, but Kelly just a bit closer to Shane here.
Maybe he ran a different setup. He decided to run something different. Max has got no lights on.
He has on my screen.
Oh, on mine he hasn't. Okay, so we'll let him off there.
Pian says he knows his driver of the day. And here comes Shane with Kelly gaining on the back of him. Joe's not got an answer for these two. Kelly looking interested now. These cooler conditions may have just started to help this Porsche in the second race because Joe's 4th, Kelly's 3rd.
Yeah, but it's still not going to be the Audi, though, is it? Let's be fair.
Oh, no, Max has got to monumentally cop this one up.
The Audi's got this in the bag. The Porsche is rubbish compared to the Audi. The Audi's going to get its 50th win before the Porsche gets its 50th win.
Mate, at this rate, just looking at the car stats, Bentley will be a popular choice, I reckon, on ACC. That's got 5 race wins. I reckon that could get to its 50th before the Porsche at the moment. But we'll see. Oh, jinx one way, jinx another. Kelly, just taps the rear of Shane. And he waits patiently to let Shane get going. So I will not bother jotting that one down. As Joe now back interested. 3 for the lead. Argy Bargy in 5th. DJ Phil 5 seconds behind Smithy. Dean 3 seconds behind Phil. And Monkey Boy 12 seconds behind Upbar.
Like Kelly understeered into Shane there.
Yeah.
He looked like for a move, but he just moved so much before we got to the braking zone. And he's doing it again. He's moving a lot in the braking zone, so he's really compromising his braking pressure and his braking ability, which is causing him to have a twitch.
The performance of the brakes aren't working at their maximum capacity because of the amount of moving Kelly's doing. And I wonder if that's just maybe distracting Kelly a little bit. The amount of movement under... Not under the braking, but just before the braking, isn't setting himself right for the braking zone. As he comes through cops, as does Shane. And you just hear Kelly there, very patient, because if he'd have got on the power, he knows he'd have ran wide, but doesn't lose too much time to Joe.
Shane went wide as well. He had Shane's had a big wiggle into the start of Maggots there. And I think he's just starting to struggle with something. I don't know if it's type. Kelly's had a moment through Beckett's.
Very, very slow through Beckett's here. I didn't see a slide or anything, but very, very slow. And really Kelly then...
very twitchy towards the end.
So what time we get? We get into about 2:30 in the morning here. Track time. And I'm wondering if the cooler conditions are just starting to affect the car. Dean, not yet coming onto the rear of DJ Phil. He's lost more time to Phil. Here comes Joe on Kelly once again. Joe looking for a podium from the University of Swansea. Rabbit Joe really trying to put on a good performance. And obviously the disappointment of not getting in the lobby last week due to poor university internet. Kelly looking for a podium in the Porsche. And these will all count to next season's podium stats. Let's not forget that I'm started to work on. Yes.
Love a stat, eh? Kelly had a big wiggle from turn 1.
If there's one thing, Dan, I love a stat. I was more bothered when I used to play cricket back in the day. I was more bothered about if my stats got better or not than playing the game itself. You know what I mean? So yeah, I love a good stat.
Does Kelly here now risk to try and get a second place, or does he just hang on to the podium?
I think with no Leon Fernie, Max on his own scoring maximum 25 points. Monkey Boy down in 10th. I think them extra 5 points will help in the constructors' battle, especially considering one of your rival teams is the Super Crash Bros.
Yeah, and Shane went very wide into the entry of Brooklands. Now we're going into Luffield. And he's got a better exit as Kelly is sliding.
He's gone! He's gone! Keeping out the wall now. Bashes into the wall. Here comes Argy Bargy.
I think Nassib done. I don't think he'll finish. I think he'll just, he's left the session. He's had enough.
That's going to be a qualifying ban for Brands Hatch next week, and that's going to be a no points for Kelly in this one. What a shame. Max Mulder on the last lap. He's going to come to the line. It's going to be 4 wins in a row. It's going to be a 10th of the season for this man. And the Audi. Max Mulder, one hand on the championship. Oh, hello. Oh, he's dropped it. It's a good job Shane is nowhere near. Max Mulder has dropped the car then, and he comes back onto the track. And he crosses the line now for a race win. Well done, Max Mulder. Shane, though, has not had the rest he needs because Rabbit Joe is right there for P2. Bryn's a lap down then just in front. That's going to be 10th for Bryn after after Kelly's disconnection. I think Shane's got the job done. So Shane's going to come away with that second place. Rabbit Joe a P3 back on the podium once again for him. Well done to him. Argy Bargy a night to forget, maybe a P4. This gives Smithy a P5 down, a 7th and a 5th. What a set of results.
Overtaker, what have you done to this man? He's now a man possessed for points. So this really helped SFA Acora Racing for sure in the Constructors' Championship with Bryn down in 10th, Shane in 2nd, but Arjun and Smithy close to one another to score points. That's very good stuff there from Smithy, and he's been consistent as well.
23 points for the SFA boys. 21 for the Super Crash Bros, so that'll help them out. They'll both pull though over Monkey Boy, who's down in 9th with Kelly not finishing this race. DJ Phil comes across the line for a solid P6. Dean Wasocki, maybe a race 2 to forget, down in 7th place. It's points nonetheless as well. Ukbar is 8th. What a disastrous night he has had. And then Monkey Boy down in 9th place at the moment. We know who's got the fastest lap already. It's this man here.
This man, once again, in the Audi, makes it, what, race win number... What,
I think it's number
Audi?
10 of this. Race win number 40. I'll tell you in a minute. Hang on, I'm just doing the tables.
Either way, the Porsche's been hunted down by the other Volkswagen Group car, and it's the Audi that's hunting him down. And with no Porsche to try and defend in the Pro, it looks like the Audi might be coming after the Pro for race wins as we go to Brands Hatch. That'll be the next round of the championship, and by
race win number 45.
45, 5 more, and the Audi can pass the Porsche. We go to Brands Hatch, and we still got Silverstone for the pros tomorrow night with the likes of Big Boy Brazier, D Biggs, Little Leach, and myself in the Audi. No one to defend in the Porsche. I think this is going to be the fight to the end of the season. Audi versus Porsche.
I have to agree with you then. So, Max Mulder, he's just joined us in the chat. I said it's probably going to go to next week. Max Mulder is your Pro-Am champion. He's won it here. He's outscored Kieran by 13 points. It doesn't matter what Kieran does now. There is not enough points gap. So Max Mulder is your Season 7 and your final Pro-Am champion on Project Cars. Max Mulder has done it here tonight. He is your champion. Argent second place is only 4 points clear of Shane. Shane on a right battle now for that second place. Ukbar moves into 4th ahead of Kelly by 5, ahead of Monkey Boy by 5 points. Kelly down to 6th. Dean Wasocki now is only 19 points behind KLF 900. So Dean, all of a sudden, possibly looking at a P4 in the championship. Rabbit Joe moves into P8. He's not a million miles away. Leon Fernie down in 9th with DJ Phil. They're tied 10th. Bryn just behind them. Well, not the race for Bryn. Keeps him 11th. 5 points clear of Smithy, who goes out of Wochi. Bozzy Boy 14th, tied with Tibbs in 15th. Stealth Sloth 16th place. SRL Racing Team are on 512 points. 128 clear of Audio Sport and 2 Pros. Super Crash Bros, though, by a point, go above the SFA Acora Racing Team in 3rd place. SFA Acora down in 4th. Terminal Velocity Racing can still win it, but have dropped massive points tonight to these other two, and that puts them on the back foot. Wakasaki 6th, MC Motorsport 7th. No points from this one, allowing SimPlay Racing to get back in it. And do we have Rabbit Joe in here?
Yes, we have Rabbit Joe.
We have the Rabbits. Right then, Rabbit, talk us through that one, because that will look like an epic fight with Kelly after Kelly made his pit stop.
Yeah, I mean, the car was feeling nice around here, but not extremely fast, and I had a really bad pit stop. I thought I would do the little trick of engine damage, but that went slower than an actual plain pit stop. So I came out next to Kelly, and I just pushed it till the end, kept Kelly on his toes. He did a really good job, but he just lost it on the final lap, and I knew from then it was on me to just take it home for P3.
And I have to apologise in the chat. I read out Joe and Shane's points, Joe and Bryn's points, which was 21. Shane actually gets 20 for second, so 26 points. That's why Super Crash Bros gain over the Accor Racing. You was catching Shane towards the end there as well. Did you think maybe at one point on that last lap I could get Shane here and be second place?
Part of me was thinking that Kelly and Shane were racing quite closely, and if they made contact, I could squeeze past them both, but didn't quite work that way to get past them both. But it helped me get close enough to put some pressure on Kelly's back, and helped me get to P3.
And Joe, season 3, many moons ago, you won the Pro Championship in a bit more dramatic fashion, but just a word for Max tonight. He's won the championship in this race. You've won it yourself. I've won Pro-Am myself. We both know that feeling of winning Pro-Am. Just tell us what Max might be feeling right now. Tell us how he's going to be feeling winning the championship, especially so early on.
I'm sure Max is speechless and shocked, but he fully deserves it. He's been that top racer every week. He's shown pace, and he's a great racer. So, well done, Max.
Well done, Joe. We go to Brands Hatch next week. Possibly, depending on your internet, we know you struggle with public lobbies. Could be your last race of the season at Brands Hatch, with Daytona being a normal public lobby server. What can you do there? If it is your last one, what can you do there?
Honestly, I hate Brands Hatch with a passion on any racing game. I just hate it, and I would not want it to be my last race.
Well, no, considering you picked Daytona.
Yeah, Daytona's my favourite track. It's really disappointing that classic Uni Wi-Fi is going to probably ruin that for me. Maybe we'll come into luck. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'll just hope for the best, drive the car around there, and see where that gets me.
Well, Joe, congratulations on the podium tonight. We'll see you next week at Brands Hatch.
Thank you.
And we move to Shane and Dan, a man that we tipped last season of doing great things this year. He's looking at P2 in the Drivers' Championship. Shane, that's a great race from yourself tonight. Nearly a double podium. Race 1 didn't go the way you wanted it to. Good pace at the start. Was the car just going away from you at the end, just sort of slowly coming to... Yeah, yeah. Kelly and Joe pushed you hard to the end, though. Did you think at one point they may have got past you? Third in the championship. You're on the back of Kieran for second place. That's fantastic in only what is your first full season. Brands Hatch next week. What can you do around there, buddy? Well, best of luck next week, Shane. We'll let you get back to it. And we move then to your current, or your new, Pro-Am champion. He's taken the crown away from Little Itch. He is the Pro-Am champion. Max Mulder, congratulations.
Thanks. It was a good race. And, yeah.
Great battle between yourself and Tibbs and Bryn and Kelly at the start. And it just kind of all came together at one stage in that race. Yeah, talk us through that battle early on.
Yeah, it was a hard battle for me because they are all fast, and I got a good exit, and I passed. I think it was Tips, and then I also want to overtake the Porsche. I think it was, and that was also a little bit hard. And then I think Bryn made the mistake and got out off track, and then Tips also got. Again in front, so it was all a hard battle, but it was fun.
Yeah, funny then. Just talk us through your season, Max. What was the kind of highs and the lows of this season? Obviously, champion. What was your best moment?
I think Silverstone now was the best moment of the season.
We go to Brands Hatch next week. Obviously, another night race, similar times to what we've raced tonight. Much more of a difficult circuit compared to Silverstone. What can you do around there?
Yeah, I hope I can fight for the win again and get most wins as possible.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. Congratulations on the championship. Best of luck for next week, Mac. Well done. So your Season 7 Pro-Am champion, Max Mulder, crowned tonight. Dan, final words from yourself and driver of the day. Obviously, a big congratulations to Max.
Well, yeah, I have to say that it's an Audi, once again, on top of the podium. The back-to-back champions, obviously, Little each won it in the Audi last season and won it again here as Max Mulder done it. So Audi's looking like the formidable car in Pro-Am at this stage. But, massive congratulations to Max. I know the exact feeling he's in right now. But to do it this early on in the season, he can now just go out and have some fun, possibly work with his teammate to try and focus on winning constructors as well. But fantastic job. Driver of the day, I'm going to go joint. Obviously, Max Mulder, he's won the title. He's been phenomenal tonight. But I do have to give a massive shout out to Smithy as well. He's been phenomenal tonight, and he's looked so good and has scored really good points of Argent as well. So great stuff. But more importantly, congratulations, Max Mulder, on the championship. From one champion to another now. It's nice to see the Audi on top, and congratulations once again. And go out and have fun at Brands and Daytona as well, because you're definitely going to need a lot of luck at Daytona. I've tested the Audi there.
He's got no Mercedes on the grid, though, so he might be all right.
He's got the Porsche.
Yeah, but Dan, it's the Porsche. It's not going to win a race. Don't be so silly.
Yeah, but the other important thing is, as well, we forgot to mention this, even though Max Mulder is taking the championship here tonight, can the man himself in Pro do what Max has done here tonight? Can Overtaker do what Max Mulder has done tonight and take the championship at Silverstone?
Yeah.
That is the question. Me and Matt, can we stop him from doing it?
I'd like to think so, because we've got our own little fight for second and the constructors. So I'd like to really think so, but we'll wait and see. Again, I'm the complete same as you. I've got to give my driver of the day to Max for winning the championship, both races being the champion. But we don't want to give it to someone who wins both races clear. If it was a fight, different story. I am going to go Smithy as well. 5th and 7th, or 5th and 6th, I think it was. For Smithy, on the pad, we know he struggles at times. That is fantastic results for him. Great shout out, though, to Bryn, Tibbs, Shane and Joe for being on the podium as well. That's all we have time for tonight. You'll have to join us tomorrow night. Kelly Davis, Clive Smith in the commentary box. The GOAT himself. As we crown a new champion. I've just thought, Dan, this will be the first season a non-English or British driver will win the championship.
Wow.
The Dutchman of Max and the Slovenian/Slovakian, can't remember which one, of Overtaker has pretty much done it tomorrow night.
We can get
to win the championships. April Fools, is it not? Is it April Fools tomorrow, or is it December the 1st tomorrow? I'm not too sure. Either way, join Kelly Davis.
Let's start over till the fat lady sings.
She's been singing since Suzuka.
Since Oschersleben.
She's been singing since Oschersleben. Right, Kelly Davis, Clive Smith in your commentary box tomorrow night, 8 p.m. GMT flat one. It's the 1st of December. It's the countdown to Christmas. We can't wait. Dan can't wait. There is 2 weeks to go, though, in the Pro-Am. Constructors up for grabs. Second place in the championship up for grabs. Many, many points. The biggest fight now, though, in this Pro-Am is, can Audi get to 50 wins before the Porsche at SimPlay Motorsport? That's the battle to keep your eyes on, as well as the Pro-Am constructors, the Pro constructors, and every other little place up for grabs throughout the championship. It's been a pleasure having you here, as always, at SimPlay Motorsport. Take care. Good night.
Good night.
It's been a pleasure having you here, as always, at SimPlay Motorsport. Take care. Good night. Good night. It's been a pleasure. Bang, we are out.
Well done, Max.
Well done, Max.
Yeah, well done, Max.
Shut up, Joe.
Shut up, Matt.
Shut up, Joe.
Wait, Dan, don't you start?
Why?
Only Matt can start.
It's nearly. If Porsche don't win by the end of the season, then Plav would have done that poster 2 months ago.
For nothing. For fucking nothing. Sorry. Most maiden pole positions in F1 since 1979 with 4. Didn't know that.
Who was that?
F1 has just posted most maiden pole positions in one season since 1979, with 4.
Who?
Perez,
Verstappen.
Magnussen, Russell, and Sainz.
In a season. Fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play. Right, Max is on 10 wins, so he needs 3 wins out of 4 races.
What, to beat
to
Fury?
break Fury's record of most wins in a season.
Well, we should be alright at fucking Brands. That car is stupidly good at Brands.
Janetta need 1 pole position.
Don't worry, Max. We're trying our very best to stop Overtaker from winning.
Well, he needs...
I think we're looking good, though.
Well, he's on 9 wins.
Who?
So,
Overtaker?
Overtaker. No, Overtaker. So...
And what's Max on?
10.
He ain't going to get it tomorrow.
Yeah, but obviously Overtaker's got 2 races in hand over Max at the minute.
Yeah.
Overtaker to beat... So Overtaker's 3 behind.
I just need to do that 159 in qualifying again.
Overtaker's got to win 4 of his last 6 races.
Yeah.
To beat the record.
Right.
Right.